What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Scene Invaders podcast, episode 426. I am Chad. I am a dead body. So we'll see how this goes tonight, guys. There's been a lot going on for me recently, but we have watched so much shit, and all four of us are here tonight to talk about it. We have Mr. Brad from Canada. Mr. Brad from Canada.
How's it going, eh?
Miss Carly?
I'm sorry you're a dead body, but you shall reanimate.
It's fine.
We'll get you going again.
The thing that keeps me going, guys, is that soon enough I should not be a dead body anymore, and I'll actually be fully settled in a real human person way in a place for a while. That has not been the case recently, so it's coming. But
you'll make it.
We're not there yet. Yeah, okay, right, for real. We also have Miss Carly. Miss Carly, how are you?
I'm doing great. I missed being with you guys last week. I enjoyed my vacation, but I'm glad to be back.
And I know we didn't do you super proud with presenting your thing, because I was I'm not sure what she would have said, but I know what I have to say about what she had to say. So.
Well, no, I felt bad though because you did the Twitter shout outs. I was like, fuck, all of mine are the Twitter shout outs. I was like, oh well.
That's the bad part of not
yeah.
We need to get over that, I guess. It's just always such a fun surprise to see what you guys have to say. So I should have looked, but I was just we'll see where this goes.
It's fine.
And Mr. Coach, sir.
Hello.
Hello, it is. All right.
Even a classic.
Tonight, we have watched so much fucking shit this week between the four of us that there is no special topic tonight. We're going to talk about all of the myriad things that we watched this week. And it looks like I'm actually going to be the one getting us started because I am the odd man out with absolutely no crossover with literally anyone tonight with the stuff that I have seen. If you've been watching, I'm in the process of moving, things have been crazy as hell. So I've been trying to carve out as much time as I can to get to the movies or watch literally anything. And I was able to do that. And I saw a few things this week, but just sadly not what anybody else on the team got to see. So I took myself on a couple dates again to the movies. I'm an amazing date, by the way. I'm very easy to please and agree with, and I don't steal too much popcorn and all of that shit. So I am a sucker for a cheesy action movie, or maybe even not a cheesy action movie, just action movies in general. But I did go into A Working Man, directed by David Ayer, kind of expecting just sort of cheese and a really easy breezy good action time at the movies. This stars Jason Statham.
So Jason Statham action project number 44.
And I mean, it's sad to say in a way that basically all his movies are becoming the same thing over and over, but
if it works, it works.
But yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
I love Jason Statham.
So do I, but it's a shame, and I do miss him acting because
that's true.
The most famous ones are Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels, and Snatch.
For sure.
But I mean, he was amazing in that, and I didn't care if he knew karate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, I went into this. I was just I need a brainless time at the movies for 90 minutes, an hour and 45 minutes, or whatever it is. And this follows a working man.
Does he know karate?
Jason Statham, who works for a family whose daughter gets suddenly taken and trafficked.
Wait a minute.
Did she run away all weird?
Okay.
Yeah.
I am dead. And I was going to say, too, this is sort of
have a certain set of skills.
Okay, right. This is sort of, I was going to say a low bar. I wouldn't say low budget, but a low bar version of Traffic in a way. I mean, this is not his daughter that got taken, but the family, he was in the British version of whatever the people are who fight. I don't know. I forget what it. I forget
yes,
what
special. No, it's not.
Yeah, British Special Forces, something
the SAS or something like that. The guys from Call of Duty.
MI5.
Maybe
it wasn't that. Yeah, it's Special Forces something, but the family he works for, at a. Yeah,
that's a different movie.
I haven't seen that one, but I've heard similarities between the two.
Are you sure it's a different movie?
Okay, right. No, exactly.
Is he a mechanic? 4-hour podcast.
Is he also a mechanic?
The mechanic. Yep, he was on that too. And Death Race. I mean, that's a little bit different though.
Death Race was good. He could act.
But this, I actually really quite enjoyed. Is it good. I wouldn't exactly say that, but it was certainly entertaining. I thought sometimes like it bit off a little bit more than it could really chew. It sort of tries to do the John Wick thing where it's like introducing all these like factions and bad guys and all these like different bad guys. And there's just so much going on kind of that everything feels a little bit on the short change side, whereas John Wick sort of fleshes that out, not fully, but like a little bit better. But it had very like John Wick tendencies through this with, like I said, like the different factions of things that he has to fight through and the different, it's almost like boss levels that he has to get through to like get to figure out what's going on and find this girl. And I mean, the action scenes are definitely serviceable enough. And I found it like fun and entertaining and over the top and silly enough that, I mean, this for me is definitely like a recommend and not a run out like as fast as you can recommend, but a recommend, a good, like I said, solid like 90-minute like time killer that's perfectly entertaining.
Wait for it to come to you kind of movie.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go hit it at the cinema, there are worse movies I've seen recently for sure. So this is definitely like a solid, like pretty good time at the movies. And I mean, if you like Jason Statham action movies in general, I don't think there's a whole lot here that's going to disappoint because it's very much, as we mentioned, like right in the same vein and right along the lines of everything else we've mentioned. He's becoming a little bit on the samey side, but if you like that side, then yeah, this is certainly solid enough. And I love Taken. And if people are getting traffic, bitch, I want to fucking know about it. And I want to go along for the ride to find them. Okay. So, and this does that.
I think it would be too sad. So I don't want to go.
I mean, that's true. Okay. Fair enough.
Not to sound too selfish. I don't want to see the trafficked people.
Okay. That's true. True enough for sure.
And now tell me. Oh, sorry. I was going to say now tell me, did they at least play Russia's Working Man?
I don't believe so.
Missed opportunity.
Oh, I know, right? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Should have.
David Ayer, I know you're listening. We're going to need you to take our note for a Working Man Part 2.
For real.
Which there could be.
Set up for you.
Working Man 2, not retired.
Okay, right.
He's back. Yeah.
Working Man 2, 9 to 5.
For real, facts.
There's 2 daughters.
Yeah. This was fun, guys. So a recommend from me, but
cool.
Check your expectations at the door. You know what you're going into when you see a Working Man with Jason Statham. Okay,
yes.
So
beekeeper.
Yeah, that's it.
The mechanic.
So,
mechanical beekeeper who works.
Yes.
So I couldn't get Crank in there anywhere. But,
as I was looking through the AMC app, I'm always intrigued by the selections that have no movie poster tied to them, and I'm like, which this can be maybe a good or bad thing. I would say in my experience so far, it's really only been a bad thing. But there was this movie called Wake Up, and this is directed.
Oh, I heard good things about this one.
Yeah, this is directed by RKSS, who are the directing team. Right, that's what they call themselves. They're the directing team of. Oh God, guys, I am white, and I'm finna butcher the fuck out of some names. Anouk Wissel, Yoan Kari Wissel, and Francois Samard. That's like the directing trio of
Are two
RKSS.
of them like the
That's
parents
beautiful.
of Febby Twigs?
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Oh my God, right.
RKSS.
Yeah, and I forget what it stands for. It's something like Rockstar something. I forget exactly what it was.
Okay.
So because I was intrigued that this had a new movie poster and it was sort of like a horror movie or whatever, I was like, this is going to be the other movie that I go and see. And this will be the time that I went to see something without a movie poster in the AMC app that I thought was actually pretty decent.
Oh, cool.
This is, I'll just read you the thing from IMDb. A group of young activists set out to make an environmental statement by vandalizing a home superstore as it closes. However, their plan goes terribly wrong when they become trapped inside and must face a deranged security guard with a gruesome passion for primitive hunting. And yeah, that's the movie basically. And this sounds like it could be, when I hear like by environmental activists, I'm like, oh, that sounds insufferable. Holy shit. But these characters actually aren't that terrible in this film.
They're all
and
vegans
they're
and they don't have cell phones.
Okay, right. They're in a very like IKEA-esque store, and they're
Oh,
trying to
really?
make some kind of a statement about how like this store is like, I don't know, whatever, like rich people bad, like
Fuck the Swedes.
corporatism bad, whatever. Like, I mean, that's their
The
statement.
Swedish never did anything wrong. What are they doing?
Okay, right. And I don't know exactly even where this takes place. I think it was filmed. I think this is a Canadian film, if I'm not mistaken. It is in English.
Yay. Rock on, guys.
But I
Way
thought
to
this
show
was
your
a
best.
fairly solid and like fairly entertaining, like kind of horror thriller. And it is exactly what it is. Like once these kids are trapped inside, there is a clearly not well security guard that works there that is kind of getting a final chance because he does not know how to deal with like customers well or like handle any kind of problems well or whatever clearly is what we're told. And he's sort of getting a final chance to make that right and save his job in a way. But these kids are in there, of course, creating havoc, trying to like sabotage and paint things and ruin shit and all that kind of stuff to create their message and put it out on social media and all that. And they find themselves in there trapped with him. So he becomes unhinged and it becomes like a hunt for these kids. And this is not amazing or super mind-blowing, but I thought it was definitely entertaining enough. It's kind of mean-spirited in a way. But I thought always like pretty entertaining for the most part. It can feel a little bit repetitive at times because there's a whole lot of just sort of like, we're hiding, this man's finding us, we're hiding, this man's finding us, like that kind of thing. And they're kind of like spread throughout the store. So there's like, but it's just like sort of different versions of that. But I thought the guy, what is his name? We finna find out. Maybe we're not finding out, guys. I don't know. Hold on.
The main guy, or
No, okay.
The security guard
Turlo
guy.
Convery. That's who plays this like sort of unhinged security guard or whatever. For one, he's cute as hell. He's like a big chubby bear. And he's so cute. And I was like,
Of
find me,
course.
daddy. You know what I mean? I'm so horrible. And I'm
You
so
heard deranged, right?
predictable.
You described him as deranged.
God. And I was like, oh, you're deranged. Here's my number. No. But no, it was interesting. And I was kind of surprised to see this had no poster in the AMC app. But what I discovered, like sort of through like looking into this a little bit further, is that this movie is actually from 2023. So I don't know if it is just now getting a release like somewhat sort of whitish in the US or exactly what that's all about. But it seems to have been around for a bit of a minute. And I think it's just now finding or like kind of getting released to US audiences. But I don't think they're doing it much of a service by releasing it without a poster in the AMC app. So,
well, so have any of you guys ever seen Turbo Kid?
Oh God, I fucking love that movie.
So it's
so
the same director.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh wow, now I really
Okay.
want to see it then.
Okay.
Does it
Turbo
have really
Kid.
good practical
Oh, shit.
effects in it?
It has some pretty good practical effects
Okay,
for sure.
okay.
And like I said earlier, like this guy is like, he's very into like hunting and survival type stuff. So it has a lot to do with that kind of stuff, sort of like a more primitive style of hunting in a way. I mean, there's a lot of like tech involved in this too, because they are in like a modern superstore, basically. That is, I mean, like it might as well just be IKEA. It looks
But
and
all the
feels
crossbows
and
are missing.
acts like IKEA.
Mhm.
But yeah, there are definitely good practical effects, like some good scenes of violence. Like I said, this is a little bit on the mean-spirited side, so it goes a little bit hard at times. Not super
Cruelty.
hard, but yeah,
Okay.
that's kind of cruel and all of that. But yeah, this was kind of a fun and pleasant and very unexpected surprise that I recommend. Like this was
Sweet.
definitely worth a watch. Maybe not a run out to the theater watch, but worth a watch, man.
Oh, good.
And then
I'll definitely watch that then. You have to watch Turbo Kid.
yeah,
Sorry.
I haven't even heard of it.
Oh my God, it's
I've never heard of it
fantastic.
either.
Oh my God, both of you guys have to watch it.
It was a short that like blew up on the internet, and then blew up on like I think YouTube, and then they scraped together like a small budget and did a full feature with it.
Okay.
Oh, it's so good.
Kid.
Michael Ironside is in it. The character Apple is, oh my God, she is so delightful. I just love her so much. You guys have to watch it. It's so good.
Turbo Kid. Dave, do that thing where you
Would.
text everybody.
Okay, right, yeah, there it is.
I love you for doing that so much.
And then my final movie, guys, the following day, I had seen this was playing in theaters. It had limited show times in my area, so it was like a couple of times, and it was like, I don't want to say late at night, but it was like a 7 o'clock and like a 10 o'clock showing. So no like daytime showings for this. And this is Screamboat, which is based on Steamboat Willie and directed by Stephen Lamont or Lamonti. The reason this had my interest, most of all, I would say, is because David Howard Thornton, who plays Art the Clown in the Terrifier films, is in this as the Steamboat Willie type character. Okay. And I think he's amazing. He's a great like physical actor, physical comedy, all of that. So I went into this with, I mean, like kind of no expectations, like minimal expectations. And when I got home that night, Chris asked me, he was like, okay, so what did you think of the movie? I was like, this was like gas station food. It was like fun and like kind of fulfilling in a way, but like ultimately sort of trash. And I mean, this is definitely that. This movie knows it's trash. It's schlock. It plays that up in every single way. It's cheap.
Is there a mouse in it?
Is there? And it's played by David Howard Thornton. No, and it's also like this big. I mean, not really. It's super tiny. He plays this like small ass like mouse human like humanoid character. It's like running around this like like fairy in New York, like murdering people.
All right.
It's so funny. I mean, it's not even like all that funny, but it's like the whole premise of it is so like kind of funny,
absurd,
and so absurd and like schlocky and kind of over the top that you kind of can't help but be entertained by it, even though you know you're just watching garbage. And that's how I felt during this whole entire thing. Like I laughed a number of times. There were 2 other people in the theater when I saw this, and I have to say this too. I was telling Chris this yesterday. Only 2 times in recent memory can I think of that I've gone to a movie and not had trailers play before a movie. Like I'm always a person that's there, even if I play headphones or whatever, like while trailers play. Yes. And there were no trailers before this. It started at 7 and there was like a 1-minute thing from the director.
Get it out.
Yeah, and they were just like, here's the movie, guys. And
we fooled them enough in here. Let's not give the trailers for them a chance for them to leave.
Well, the other movie that I saw that was like this, interestingly enough, was Oppenheimer during like Oppenheimer weekend.
Really?
I went.
Well, that's good because that movie is long as shit.
It's so long. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, this was so interesting that it had no trailers. So it was like me and one other guy, and then one other guy sadly walked in like 15 minutes into the movie because he probably expected there to be trailers. And
well, I think the Jersey legislature is trying to pass a law that says you have to say
what time the actual movie starts. Yeah.
I am not mad at that. I would like that.
I'm not either.
I mean, you can put it in the papers, but there has to be somewhere that you can look up or call or get that when the movie starts. Because I usually get like, I'll give them 20 minutes type thing. Yeah. But sometimes it's 20, sometimes it's 30, sometimes it's 40.
Oh my God, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
40 minutes of
Well, when I went to see Oppenheimer in the theater or whatever, like, I mean, it was like 9:20. The movie had been on for 20 minutes and people were walking in. And no shit, if I had walked in and that movie was already playing, no matter how long it had been playing, I would have walked right out and been like, refund me and I'll be back like at a normal show.
Yeah, no kidding. This isn't a like Popeye the Slayer Maine or
exactly
Willie kind of thing, you know.
And I mean, yeah, I was exactly.
I want to see this is they do. It's going to win an Oscar eventually. Be like, I want to watch this from the beginning.
And I mean, if a movie like this sounds at all appealing to you, you'll probably have a fairly good enough time with it. Again, this is not like cinema by any means, but like, I mean, I would give this a 3 out of 5 stars. Like that's what I gave on my Letterboxd. Just because of the amount of fun I had with it. Okay. It is absolute shit. Perfect.
Yeah.
But it's like premium shit.
You got to rate the movie, you got to rate the experience.
Fair.
Yeah. And the experience was what mattered. And like me and one other guy like seemed to give each other permission to laugh throughout this movie because like I would laugh and he would laugh and he would laugh and I would laugh. And we were just like, yeah, it's cool to laugh at this.
Yeah.
And yeah, we had
with an audience is always much more satisfying.
Did you guys hear what is going on in the Minecraft showings?
Oh, yes.
No.
So it's turning into a Rocky Horror Picture Show experience.
Oh God!
Oh, I didn't know that part, but I know people are getting rowdy
Minecraft.
for it.
Well, there's all these. Listen, everybody thought the thing was just going to tank, and it made boatloads of money.
Mhm.
And it's actually supposed to keep going.
Cool.
Where basically they're saying like it's not really going to tick down. It may actually increase.
Oh wow!
After the social media presence of it, yeah.
Yeah, because this is the first movie for this generation.
Okay.
So this generation
Oh.
has been basically getting our movies. Like
hmm
our Star Wars, they get Star Wars, but it's actually our Star Wars.
Yeah, they get
So-
the
Sure.
coastal leave-ins from us.
So there's all these like inside jokes that these guys are like screaming out like this and that and like call and response things. There's this big
Okay.
there was this big guy on YouTube who was just always showing and doing live Minecraft, and he eventually passed away of cancer.
Mm.
Oh.
And they have a little tribute to the guy, is like a
Oh.
pig with a crown.
Oh.
And they just walking by and like, oh, what's that? Is that the king? He's like, no, he's not a king. He's a legend.
Oh.
But there's
No.
all these like little things.
Inside jokes that if you are a heavy player, you'll understand it.
Sure.
Exactly. And this
So
was
it's
like the thing that
fan
these
service.
kids, this generation grew up on.
Okay. That's
So
smart.
it's
Clever, actually.
really starting to pick up. And you know who was originally supposed to have the main lead instead of Jack Black?
Oh.
Who?
Matthew Berry.
I'm not
Oh
sure.
man, I would have. He was
No
in what's it
way.
called? The
What
What We Do in the
What We
Shadows.
Do in the Shadows.
Yeah, he's great. I like him.
Coast of London, the IT Crowd. He has
He's
the
very
most
funny.
distinctive delivery.
Yeah,
Yes.
he does.
Well, I'll tell you what, like,
It's
kind of
very
piqued my
funny.
curiosity about this after the fact, after it came out, because the trailer I saw and I thought it looked like fucking garbage, guys. I thought it
Yeah.
looked awful.
I did too.
It does. It does.
I
look
had
like
no
garbage.
idea this was directed by Jared Hess, who directed Napoleon
Napoleon
Dynamite
Dynamite.
and
Yep.
Nacho Libre.
Mhm.
So I
And
could
it-
see where like
it
there
makes
could be
sense
some
now.
fun here.
So yeah, there's like
Alright.
a goat riding or a demon riding a goat, and apparently that's like a character in the game that spawns 0.005% of the time.
Okay.
So it's like the most amazing thing. Like if you are playing a game and you have like a pink sheep and a demon riding a goat, buy a lottery ticket.
Okay, right there it is.
So and that there's all these little parts. The lore of it is actually a little interesting, where it's like how these kids are adapting to it. So I may actually, even though this is a heavy
Gonna
week,
venture out?
I might go see the Minecraft movie. I don't know.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I would
I
consider
endorse
it. I
this.
saw like videos of like theaters literally going batshit fucking crazy for it. Like it was
Yes.
Avengers Endgame style
Oh,
crazy.
wow.
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, what is happening? Like, I didn't understand what was happening on screen that was like making people like lose their shit.
Freak
But
out.
it,
Yeah.
but it looked fun enough that like you could get caught up in it, like as
Mhm.
someone who wasn't in the know exactly. So I could see how this could be fun.
All right.
So didn't mean to take it over, but
No, you're good.
No, that's worthy.
And that was it for me, guys. So yeah, those were my three. We're gonna move on to Miss Carly, and we're
Oh,
dying
God.
to know.
Would you?
Dying to know what Miss Carly watched this week.
Wow. Well, I was on vacation for most of the week,
Yes.
and I had very limited Wi-Fi access. Actually, really no Wi-Fi access. So it was
Call
very
that a
slim.
vacation.
Yeah, it was very slim pickings. The kids were very upset that they couldn't stream what they wanted to or do what they wanted to, but whatever. They got over it.
Yeah.
Go outside and play.
Exactly. Although it did rain most of the time, so that kind of put a damper on things. But
Go outside and play in
it
the
is what it is.
That actually sounds nice in a way.
Yeah, it was still nice. But with that being said, I watched a lot of older movies and maybe like 2 newer movies.
Okay.
Of course, some older shows, actually mostly newer shows. But the first one that I watched was Wolfman. And yeah. Did you
I feel
guys
sad
see
for
that?
you.
I
did.
know, right? I know you
Sadly.
saw it, Chad.
I turned it off.
Oh, how far did
Fair
you get into it?
Not maybe 25 minutes. Like I was just so unimpressed by everything, and I'm like, you know what? I don't care to see what happens.
Yeah.
I
saw
wanted
the trailer, so
because
And the
I
cast-
love
the cast was
like,
interesting,
werewolves,
guys.
all
Yeah.
that, but it was just oh my god, this does
Well,
not-
that's
does
the
not-
I like
thing.
her.
Yeah, me too.
Well, and
Yeah.
that's the thing. If you like werewolves, I can't imagine that you would really like this movie.
Right.
Yes, I'm sorry. The character design was fucking god awful. He looked like I don't even know what he looked like. He didn't look like a wolf.
No,
It just like he looked like he almost like just mold on his face. I don't even know
No,
how to describe it. It was
I fast
very
forwarded.
poor.
Like when I went and tried to watch it again, I just said, okay, let me see this thing. Let's see what
No.
happens. Is there any kind of action or not even action? Is there something scary? And it's like, I was bored. So I just
No,
turned it off again.
And I liked the actors. I like the main actor. I like the guy, the girl. I forgot what their names are, but I like both of them. I like Lee Wanell a
Mhm.
lot, especially because Upgrade is one of my. I
It's
like
so
to.
good.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like to
great.
recommend that movie as much as possible because
And the
everybody should
Invisible
watch
Man
it.
was amazing, which sort of is in this universe in a way.
Right.
This like old monster, like the Hollywood monsters, like
The
that
Universal
kind of
Monsters, I think they're called.
thing. Yeah,
Mhm.
Universal
Yeah, yeah.
Monsters.
And there were
Yeah.
things that I liked about it. Like obviously, I liked the fact how they showed, how from his perspective as he's going through the transformation. I
Sure.
enjoyed that. Like definitely like that. That was all cool and everything, but just the story itself, I could tell what was already going to happen. It was very telegraphed. Didn't like the creature design. I didn't like the fact that it didn't follow any of the werewolf lore, like at all.
Sure.
Like anything, and spoilers in case anybody wants to watch the
I think
movie.
it's fine on this one.
But
Okay,
just want to let people know, spoilers now. It like there's nothing to do with Silver. Like they can just
Yeah.
get shot and killed or like stabbed or whatever. There's just like fucking there's
It's a
nothing
dog.
special
Yeah.
about them. Yeah, there's nothing special about it. It's like it's not I don't know. I was very, very disappointed.
And there is this like generational like trauma aspect to the movie or whatever, which I
Which
think
I
is
can
a fair enough.
appreciate.
It's
Yeah.
a fair enough subject matter, but like here it just felt, I thought, kind of lazy and sort of, unfortunately, and I don't use this word very often, guys, but kind of boring.
Yeah.
And
It was a
just-
very short movie that felt like it was longer than it
Yeah.
was.
real. That's real.
I was like, good God, how much is left of this movie? Just
Facts.
I mean, unfortunately it was not a great one. But yeah.
Hit us
it's
with
not-
a better one next time, Lee.
please. I will definitely still watch his movies, but I was
Yeah,
very
same.
disappointed in this one.
Yeah.
And then one of the next movies that I watched while on vacation was Jurassic Park, and everybody knows how great that movie is.
Mhm.
Do you guys have anything else to add about that?
Does it hold up?
Yeah, I think it does. I mean, for the
You know,
most part, especially the effects.
The dinosaurs hold up. Everything does kind of hold up, except for the ease that. What's the lead character? The guy that's not Jeff Goldblum.
Sam Neill.
Sam
Neill. Sam Neill seems very bemused and not caring about anything that's going on.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like he's
Mhm.
like, "Oh, wait, let me stop and look. Fucking run,
Yeah.
you dumb son of a bitch!
He's very
What the
curious.
fuck is wrong with you?"
They also
Like-
designed the park where the raptor, the most dangerous thing in the world, is right next to the visitor center.
Yeah,
Not a
right.
great idea.
So yeah,
No.
I mean, no, you can poke holes in any movie and stuff like
No,
that.
I know.
But when I actually did rewatch this a couple weeks ago because it was on, I'm like, oh yeah, dinosaurs. That's
Mhm.
the attention span I have. So
Oh no, same.
I was watching the T-Rex start mauling these things, and the doctor's like, "Oh, look how it hunts." I'm like, "Fucking run!
What
What the hell's the matter with you? You have children with you." Like,
Well, no, and still Malcolm is still the best character in that movie. I love
Hell
Jeff
yeah.
Goldblum.
Yeah,
He's like,
dropping
he's
the water
like-
on the hand, and I'm like, "What a
Oh.
move."
right? He's asking Sam Neill. He's like, oh, did you ask him if they're okay? Well, they're kids. You might want to ask them. It's like,
It's such an uneven franchise, like overall, too.
oh my God. Well, it's one of those things where can you really can you really make another Jurassic Park that's as good as the first one? I feel like
Yeah.
you've really kind of told
No,
mostly
can't.
what you can of that
Well,
story.
it was such a technical marvel too that like
Right.
does still like not maybe fully, but like still hold up pretty fucking well.
It
Oh
does.
yeah,
Considering that this was
especially
the 90s.
yeah, and especially like compared to the other movies that came after it, and even like the most recent one. I want to say probably not the most recent one, maybe the one before that. I don't even remember what they're called at this
Yeah, I
point.
don't either.
But
either.
like just watching the difference in the birth of the Velociraptor in the original one,
Mhm.
where it's a puppet, it's clearly there, it's real.
Yeah.
Like juxtaposed with the CGI monstrosity of this thing coming out of this egg. It's like, what are
Right.
you doing? Just make
Yeah.
it practical.
Mhm.
Yeah, you
Oh.
could have. And
Very
they
lazy.
weaponized dinosaurs, and
Oh god.
now dinosaurs are just
Locusts and got
like,
everything.
oh,
We've moved beyond.
Yeah.
dinosaurs.
We're now living with dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Okay,
I didn't
first-
even watch the
no.
last one.
We would not live with dinosaurs.
girl.
Sorry,
It's
they're
wild.
living
Okay,
with
hot
us.
mess.
Like, no, and we wouldn't do that either.
No.
As soon as like one rich kid got eaten, come on, you know.
no.
I can't lie though. Like, there's a new one coming out. Whatever the fuck.
Oh, I'm
it's
gonna
I'll
see
still
it.
go see
And
it.
I'll,
Yeah,
see it.
I'll go see it for
Let's
sure.
not even joke.
because
You never know, but
Yeah, I mean,
the
it
magic
definitely
has been
looks-
lost.
it looks
Who's
way more
in-
interesting than the last 3 movies that we've gotten. And like I
Yeah.
said, I didn't see the last one, but I saw the 2 prior to that, and they were not very good.
Yeah. The
Who's
last
in
one was
this
even
one?
worse than those. So
Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson.
yeah,
Okay.
and see, like
And
I don't know
aren't
how
they
they
going
attract.
to an island or something like that where they keep the
I think they're going to
dinosaurs
the-
now, or-
Is it not the original one, or are they going to the different one, the other one? I can't remember. I've only
Yeah.
seen the teaser.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Scarlett Johansson, I like her.
Yeah.
She needs
Some
more
good
money.
old ScarJo.
So it might be okay. I'm thinking it's gonna be about as good as part 3 was. Which
Is
I
that the
kind of
one with
like
the feral
part
kid
3.
that eats like smashes the chocolate bar into his mouth. Is that one? And it has
Maybe?
Tay Leone and
Yes.
Okay,
And,
yes,
what's his
hell
name?
yeah, I love that one.
Yeah. Yep. That was actually not too bad. So,
I
yeah.
unironically love that one because of the feral kid.
So it is
Yes.
Scarlett Johansson, Jonathan Bailey, who
Hmm.
we all know
Oh.
was Dancing Through Life
Yes.
in Wicked.
Mhm.
Mahershala Ali.
Oh, I like him.
And
He's not Blade anymore.
a bunch of people.
I
don't
know that's sad, but I've liked him since the 4400. I don't think
Yes.
anybody
Yeah.
knows anything about that show other than Dave, maybe.
Yeah, is that the one where like
course.
everybody's? Is that the Everybody Dies one? No, that's the 100.
Yeah, the 4400 is the 4400 people go missing and then they like show back up
Yes.
like years later. Yeah, it's really good. It kind of
Okay.
fell off the last season, but I love that show.
44?
Okay, would.
But yeah, and then I also watched the 13th Warrior.
Okay.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
I
Antonio
freaking love that
Banderas.
movie.
Yes,
Yes.
but that is
Would.
Surrounded by the whitest tribe in the world.
right. Well, they're Nords. I mean, you know,
It makes sense. But no,
So,
that's my favorite part is when he's just sitting there and deciphering their language.
Oh yeah, that whole scene
Like-
where he's learning how to talk, like learning their language is really good. I like that.
Yes, it's, my mother was a saint, and at least I know who my father
Yeah,
is.
right.
How'd you learn to talk like us? I listened.
Listen, yeah.
That was
And I
cool.
think
was a
what
great
is
movie.
that? Is that based off of Michael Crichton's Eaters of the Dead? I think
Okay.
Think so.
something like
if-
that. If I
Yeah.
can remember correctly.
you know,
Which is
but
another. Hey, the Jurassic Park
Crichton
is
movies.
Michael Crichton
You got a
too.
theme.
Oh my
I didn't
You
wait.
got a theme.
The name of this episode is Michael Crichton.
Yeah,
No
Michael
big deal.
Crichton.
Mike Crichton.
Michael Crichton slaps.
There you go.
Okay, and then the last movie that I watched was Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves.
Okay, I've heard nothing but good things.
Oh
about
my
this.
god, yes.
Fun.
I've
was
seen it maybe
fun.
like I think this is maybe the 6th or 7th time I've watched it.
Oh well.
Holy shit.
Yeah, we took the kids during their spring break one year to go see that, and we all loved it. Like we bought it as soon as it came out. It's just such a good movie, and I'm really sad that it's obviously I don't think at this point it's going to get a sequel, even though I think it deserves one.
Sure.
because
Could
they
have
really
one.
got it. I mean, they really got it right though. It really felt like if you guys have ever played D&D like with friends, it really felt like a D&D session with friends.
I've
Ugh.
never played D&D, and I always wanted to. But it almost, for me, it almost seems a little too almost impenetrable. And a lot
I
of people,
agree.
my friends that are like hardcore players,
Mhm.
they say, no, it's not. You can try. So then I try, and it's like, I don't
Aw.
get it. I
See, I haven't
Aw.
tried, but I'm like
Mm.
looking from the outside, like, what the fuck is going on? What's happening?
Yeah,
It's
that's kind of
it's
where
fun.
I'm at. But
Yeah. I love the
I'll keep trying.
practical effects were great in it too, which was very surprising, especially for a newer movie. You know, usually they use a bunch of CGI, and obviously there is CGI in the movie,
Sure.
but I really like the mix of the practical effects that they used in it.
Poor Jonathan.
Jarnathan.
Jonathan. Poor Jonathan.
Jarnathan. I really think we should wait for Jarnathan to get here. Is he going to show up soon? Like, oh man, that was
But
But
funny.
see, that's what
Really?
shows me I'd probably like this because I have no idea what that means, but that made me
Yes.
laugh.
Oh
I'm
man.
like,
Yeah. The whole part where
You'll get a
he's
kick out of it.
so
Oh.
what's his name? Chris Pine
Chris
plays
Pine.
a bard. Yes, he plays a bard in the
That is my
thing,
favorite.
which basically, do you know what a bard is,
I
Chad?
have no idea.
They're like kind of the.
they
It's
sing.
basically a
They're the
it's a
musician.
singer, musician.
He's a minstrel.
Oh, okay.
Yes, a minstrel.
Yeah, so,
He's got a
like
lute.
you have one
Yes.
guy's an elf, the other guy is like a
Paladin.
a
You've got a
paladin.
paladin.
so
You got the druid.
There's the music dude.
Yeah,
And I'm the bard. And what do you do? Well,
I make plans. So you make plans that fail? Okay.
Okay.
you make good plans.
You have to watch
Well,
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
The
What's your
buffering
weapon?
and-
A sword? What's your weapon? A lute?
Yeah. And that whole scene where he's trying to do the spell with the lute and everything. Oh my god. I
He
just
goes
yeah,
out
it's
of
good.
range.
It is good. Better range. Buffering.
Well, I was recently like, there's a local place here in Jacksonville called Coliseum Comics, and they have a few locations, or at least a couple. And it's comics, of course, and then like tabletop gaming and that kind of shit.
Mhm.
And Chris loves like toys and he likes tabletop games and all that kind of shit. So we went in there one day recently, and he was like, man. And we were talking about the new house or whatever we're about to move into. He was like, that other room, like, man, we could like, I'd like to play some D&D or whatever. And I was like, wait,
Aw.
what the fuck? But then I
What
was
did
like,
sign up
well,
for?
well,
Maybe.
but it could be fun. So yeah, maybe
Well-
y'all are selling me on it. And
Who's that guy? Joe Magnella or whatever.
Manganella, yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is huge into that.
He
Oh, yeah.
converted his entire basement into a Dungeons and Dragons playroom.
oh,
And it's
my God.
all like
Mhm.
ornate wood and like torches. And
Okay.
like Vin Diesel comes over and plays. And
Because
yeah.
he's really into it too.
Yeah, all the
This is about family.
I think Kevin Smith and all those guys is like they'll go down and they play it. And I'm like,
Fair enough.
this way when you give a nerd that does all the sit-ups enough money, yeah, guess what?
Yeah.
That's what you're
Oh,
supposed
man.
to do.
Yeah.
Like I have
That's
no
how I
money.
felt last time.
I have no money. I'm surrounded by my nerd stuff. you know?
Okay,
He's yelling up to Sofia Vergara, like, more cheese curls.
Oh God,
Okay,
are they
right.
still married or did they finally get a divorce? I was like,
I
that
don't
can't
What do
can't
you mean
last.
finally?
Finally.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like,
Boy,
she
somebody
doesn't
was
seem like
wishful
look,
dreaming there.
Let's
I'm
say, is there a
just saying.
pool?
No, I'm just saying she doesn't seem like she would be down with the shit that he's down with. That's all.
Okay.
He
What, being
seems like a
rich? I
total
think you can pull
nerd.
that off.
No, I'm just saying he seems like a nerd. Obviously, he doesn't look like a nerd, but you know,
We've all seen
he's
Magic
into-
Mike.
yeah. And he's
I
into
could-
D&D, so
I could
you
get
know.
into nerd shit. I just haven't been exposed to a lot of it. So
Mhm.
I don't know. I guess
Mhm.
that's where I'm
That's
at with
fair.
it. Like,
The
I just don't know.
divorce
I
was
tried to play Magic
finalized
a couple
in February
times. and I
Oh
was
yeah, I
like,
can't play Magic. I don't know.
I was like, what the fuck
There's
is
too
going
many
on?
rules.
And why are you
Yeah.
moving through this so quickly? And I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna tap my land now, and yeah, I don't know what any of that stuff means.
Yeah, real.
That's the problem. You need a
Yeah.
cheat
Real
sheet.
as
Yeah.
fuck.
So they finalized the divorce in February
Oh
of
my-
2024.
Told you.
He is now dating Felicia Day.
Oh,
Okay.
see,
No,
she
I'm
likes that
kidding.
nerd shit.
No, I'm
Oh,
kidding. No, I'm just fully
I
kidding.
was about to say.
Wait a minute.
I was like, wait a minute, is she a lesbian or did she just play one?
No, I tried to get the nerdiest
both.
girl possible.
Yeah, that's true.
That's funny.
Oh my
But
god,
yeah.
guys.
Yeah, so Chad, you should definitely check it out. It's a fun movie, even if you don't know anything about D&D. It's a
I
funny
didn't know
movie.
nothing
It's
about it,
very
and I
funny.
just
I
and they
was
have
happy looking
a
at Chris Pine.
little
Yeah.
Easter egg cameo from the Adventures of Dungeons and Dragons cartoon.
Okay.
They have actually like a couple of them, the actors, side actors, not playable characters, I guess,
Okay.
are dressed in like the garb from the cartoon. I noticed
Oh,
that.
are they the ones that show up in the tournament?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
the kid
I
in the
didn't know that.
green and the blonde dude and yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
I love that show.
Fair
Scared
enough.
the hell out of me.
But yeah.
Anything
and,
else new from you, Miss Carly?
Well, Invincible season 1 is not very new, but I did
Okay.
watch all of season 1 again. I'd already watched it. My husband thought it would be a great idea to let our 9-year-old son watch it.
Mm.
Yeah, I love that look, Dave, by the way, because that's exactly what I did too. And I was like,
Yeah.
Trey, I think it's a little bit. I was like, do you realize like how bad like it gets? Like, yeah. And he
Yeah,
was like,
the-
no, he's fine. He's fine. So
I
we're
don't even
watching-
understand how bad it gets. So
Okay, well, we're watching episode 1, and I was like, and of course my son is like, oh, this isn't bad, Mom. What are you talking about? I was like, oh, just wait until the end of the episode. And
Yeah.
sure enough, last like 5 to 10 minutes, like
Mhm.
my son looks over at me, goes, Dad, I know why Mom said that I can't watch this.
Yeah.
He's like, I understand why Mom said I can't watch
Dad, I'm not
this.
taking sides, but
Yeah.
However,
If you've ever wondered what would happen if Superman killed the rest of the Justice League,
Oh
Yeah.
God, you could
watch
see it
Invincible
there.
season 1.
It's
Okay.
pretty rough.
Yeah.
holy
Yeah.
shit.
And it
Yeah,
only gets
holy
worse.
shit is right.
And it only gets worse.
better Invincible than the boys.
Oh yeah, no, I
Oh.
would never let him watch that show. Absolutely
No.
not. At least Invincible is.
Nobody's
mean, I
getting
get it.
strangled with penises, right?
Nope.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, no, never the boys. I will not let him watch that until he's older.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not yet.
I mean, like 40. Like,
He's too pure for that.
right. Yeah, he's too sweet. But the only other two like TV shows that I watched were things that also Dave watched. Do you want me to talk about that now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
about it.
All right, so the first one was Common Side Effects, and that's an Adult Swim series. It's
Also on HBO Max.
yes, it's animated.
This is the mushroom show.
Yes, the Magic Mushroom Show.
Okay.
It's essentially a drama with a little bit of comedy in it. Like it's a drama slash what would you call that? Conspiracy type.
If you took
Thriller.
all of your conspiracy theories and kind of put them all into one show and presented them as truth,
Okay.
this is kind of that show.
That sounds amazing.
Okay.
Actually.
I'm not going to lie. That sounds really damn good.
But it's all based between like the pharmaceutical and the idea that we don't treat diseases, we just create semi-cures for. We don't cure diseases, we treat diseases.
Yeah,
Because
just
it's
to
more
make money,
expensive.
basically.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
you make
okay,
more
okay.
money off of treatment than you
Fair
do
enough.
a cure.
And there's
And
this magic mushroom that has grown through various coincidences down in Peru that has discovered that basically heals everything. But as it goes, there's side effects.
yeah,
Okay.
and we have yet to actually see all of those side effects, which
Mhm.
is, I'm really glad that it got renewed for season 2 because I absolutely adored this. Like, I can't even remember the last time I watched a newer show that I enjoyed as much as this one. I like that it plays all of the sides, you know, it kind of shows you from the pharmaceutical side, people that might, you know, the people's side. I mean, it just like has everybody in there. Mike Judge is one of the producers. He actually does some of the
Love Mike Judge.
voices in it. Yeah. And so it's different than like, you know, what Mike Judge has done before. But I really
Okay.
liked the fact that he's a producer and liked his voice work. He's very funny, even though his character isn't supposed to be funny. It's kind of like dry humor
Cool.
or situational humor.
The
But, yeah.
animation is like nothing I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's really weird, but like in a good way.
Yes. Yeah, it doesn't. Even the most harsh characters in it, it presents them almost with a softer side,
Hmm.
where you almost you want to learn about everything. I love the two FBI cop agents, whatever
Oh yeah.
they are. They were the people that they were just randomly dancing in the beginning. And their relationship is amazing too.
Okay, I'm just looking at my phone, and the animation looks kind of. I don't want to say trippy because it's too easy a word,
No,
but
I think it's supposed
Oh,
to be.
there's definitely some trippiness to
Mhm.
it.
very fluid and just well animated, for lack of a
Mhm.
better word.
And they're quick little episodes. They pack a lot
Yes.
into 30 minutes.
Okay.
Not even 30 minutes. Aren't they about like 22
20 to
minutes or
20,
yeah, they're
yeah.
very
Wow.
short.
10
Yeah.
episodes.
10? Okay.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
you can plow through it easily. And
I think
even
I watched
went
it in
back,
like 2 or 3 nights. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
and I went
I'll
back a
check that
couple of
out.
times. It's extremely fun, and there's some really good messages to it as well.
Yeah.
Not that we would ever
Surprisingly.
promote that, but would this be something interesting to watch under the influence?
Oh God. I wouldn't watch it.
Okay. Fair
I-
enough.
But I mean, you
I would
could.
watch it. You could. I would watch it regular first,
Yes.
and then maybe
Fair enough.
Don't-
Then maybe under the
then
influence.
maybe unleaded the second time.
Okay. Unleaded.
Diesel the third.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds amazing for real.
Yeah, I
no
definitely
doubt.
recommend it. Yeah, it was really good. I can't wait to see where they go with it with season 2.
Do we know if there's a season 2 confirmed?
Yes, it got renewed.
Okay, good.
Mhm.
Score.
So at least we have a season 2. So
Okay. I'm in.
and then the last thing that I watched was Dying for Sex.
Okay.
And that is the one with Michelle Williams. It's inspired by a true story. Basically, it's just about a woman that has been diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer. It's kind of spread to her bones. It's like stage 4. She decides that she's going to abandon her husband and to basically fully explore her sexuality
Wow.
while she's dying. So
I have to be real and say that premise sounds fucking awful to me. Personally.
I will have to say that while I did really enjoy the show, it was completely ridiculous. Like so many of those episodes,
Okay.
especially the earlier episodes. I mean, like all of them are pretty ridiculous except for the last episode. The last episode really obviously gets more serious.
Mhm.
It definitely made me think it made me think about my father because he had been diagnosed with mesothelioma and basically went through treatment for about a year before he succumbed to it.
Okay.
But yeah, so a lot of that was like, oh God, yeah, that's how
Yeah.
it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, both
You know,
my folks, unfortunately, and such. So there is an anchor, a very sad anchor for a lot of people watching this. That you want to be. I don't want to say go girl or anything like that. You want to be like, yes, go live your life.
Mhm.
What
Sure.
short little one you have. But in the process, she was somewhat cruel to her husband that she left. I understand why. Her husband stopped being her husband and became her caregiver.
Caretaker, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And I've seen too many relationships, unfortunately, succumb to one partner being sick and the other one just instantly reverting to that caregiver because that's
Mhm.
what you think you have to do.
That's where I
when
go.
Every situation is different. Naturally, I'm not going to pigeonhole any of these, but you think, okay, as a caregiver, that's what I can do. That's my role now. When somebody they don't want a caregiver. They want their partner.
They want a
Mhm.
partner, and
Sure.
both
Yeah.
You know,
both
you want
guys
your
are
husband. You want your wife.
they're presented almost as betas. Both Jenny Slate's boyfriend and Michelle
Mhm.
Williams' husband.
Yeah.
When they're trying to please their partners and they're trying to be there for their partners, but I don't think they know how
Mhm.
because their partners don't know how to express what it
What
is they
they
actually
need.
want or need.
Mhm.
Well, and that seems to also be a safe role to take as a husband,
Mhm.
only because it's so hard to know what the right move to make is. Like, am I just going to be your husband and then
Mhm.
I'm seen as this? There's a lot of pressures that are presented that I don't think anybody really takes to heart.
Well, no, I don't
So
think you ever can plan for
Mhm.
exactly this kind of thing happening to you.
no,
So you can
no,
only sort of go with it, I think, in the moment. And
But they
yeah,
also do a good job of exploring of when you take the idea of guilt, shame, and waiting away, you explore things a little differently.
Mhm.
of
and
course.
and I think that's something that they definitely do a good job expressing. However, I was a little. I know it's based on a true story, but they also put some back trauma in it as well,
okay.
Mhm.
and I
Yes.
think that held back the story or almost what they were trying to do as much as like I think if you didn't have that trauma, you could explore it
A
a
little
little
more.
more safely.
You could
Sure.
have
Yeah.
had a little more adult way to do it.
Yeah, there was almost an easy out at any time of to pull
Pretty
back from
much.
things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from any like any type of intimacy that she may really experience. And like I don't know if you guys felt the same way, but the way that her husband was portrayed, and I'm sure that I would really be interested in finding out if like just how accurate that portrayal is to her husband in
Mhm.
real life, because I was thinking, okay, do guys really act like this? Because if they do, one, I feel like they're either gay, two,
Okay.
they're, which is fine, but I'm just saying like they're gay and they probably shouldn't be married to a woman.
Okay.
Two, they're either cheating on her, or three, they just don't fucking exist. Because I don't know of any guys that are like that, but
What was he
there may be
doing? I'm
guys.
just curious.
He was just a fucking doormat. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
was
it
like
was.
fucking ridiculous.
I have your treatment plans. I have all your
Yeah.
everything. And like anytime she tried to come onto him sexually, like she
Yes.
had her breasts removed and then had implants, and he couldn't stand the feel of them because they weren't real.
Oh, see.
And
And
he starts crying when she's giving him a blowjob, and it's just like,
yeah,
dude, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Stop.
I mean, I will say a good friend of mine, his wife passed from breast cancer, and her family became so smothering that
Mm.
he
I know that
almost
feeling.
had nothing but the beta male to play because
That's
Aw.
it.
you can't alpha the family.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
And that's what I think they showed. The mom is played by Sissy Spacek, and I think there's a wonderful thing where she's telling people about the daughter's prognosis, and she's getting very frustrated, very upset with, stop telling other people my shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair.
And it's one of those where the mom doesn't know how to grieve,
Mhm.
and for the living, I think this thing does it does just hit on a couple of points that normal everyday people do not understand about death and dying, as well as about sex.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a sub dom thing that is going on through the first couple episodes that is very intriguing. I mean, that is not necessarily an avenue that I play in, but it's something that's very, the way they present it, it
It's
seems a lot
present.
healthy. Yeah, it seems
Mhm.
healthier than like when Billions did it with Paul Giamatti.
Okay.
Like this is it seemed more real, even though there was for almost comedic effect sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an easy comedic effect, but I mean, there is enough psychology behind it that they treated it very real.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh
So,
yeah, no, I didn't have any issues with the whole like kink stuff that they got into, the whole dom and the sub stuff, and
Yeah.
nothing like that. It was just so bizarre seeing. And I mean, there probably are guys that are like that, but I have never met a man like that. So
Sure.
Of course, I've never been dying of cancer though either.
Okay,
so,
right. True. Okay.
You know,
That's good. Let's keep it that
Yeah.
way.
Good,
We would
yeah,
like
let's keep that up. Keep that up. Keep doing that. Not dying of cancer, please.
so yeah. But I mean, each episode was maybe 25 to 30 minutes a piece.
Oh,
It
Yeah,
was
short episodes.
8. Yeah, obviously it's just a mini series, so there's just the one season, 8
Sure.
episodes.
Michelle Williams is really.
Oh
good
yeah,
at-
she's really good.
He's
in
always
it.
good, man. I think.
And maybe I have not seen her in a while. She looks aged. I'm not going to say old.
Yeah.
I still think she looks
She's
great
aging
for her age.
gracefully.
I
Yeah,
think she
yeah,
looks
she doesn't look
absolutely
like she's had
fantastic.
like a bunch of work done or anything.
And
It
I
looks
think
fantastic.
that's my favorite part about this is that
Yes.
she looks real.
Yes.
She doesn't look like, I mean, my God, pick a name out of the hat, like Nicole Kidman.
Oh, poor Nicole
she
Kidman.
looks
What did she do
amazing,
to her
But
face?
oh, you got
or-
work
Yeah.
done.
But,
So-and-so.
yeah,
Oh, you got work
clear.
done. You got
Yeah,
work done. You got
that's
work done. They got that
Yeah.
stupid lip fucking thing happening
Oh
now,
my
and it
God.
bothers
Most
me.
recently did Fosse and Verdun with Sam Rockwell, where
Mm.
she was the wife of Bob Fosse, who was a
Oh.
famous dancer. She was really good in that.
Hmm.
And she, I mean, the Maryland movie was a couple years ago, but I've always been a fan of her, even though I
Oh,
hated
yeah.
her on Dawson's Creek. Back in the, I hated
Yeah.
that
She's a
character.
terrible character.
And then
yeah.
I'm like, I'm Team Joey all the way. I mean,
Right?
And now, I've been Team Michelle for a lot longer.
Sure. I actually have to say, I think the sound of the show now that we've talked about it sounds much more interesting to me for sure. But like the
Oh,
premise of
yeah.
it sounds off-putting a little bit at first, especially
think-
because
yeah, I
of
think
like
it
kind
will
of
hit
pushing your
you.
husband.
I
way,
could
I
see it
guess,
rubbing
to-
people the wrong way.
Especially my husband. He
Oh, okay.
he only watched the first episode and he was
He was
done
like-
with it. He was like, yeah, he was like deuces. He's like, that's not a real man. I'm like, okay, well, I don't know how he really acted or whatever,
Sure.
I don't know how accurate it is. And then of course that blurb shows up at the end of the episode saying that all of this is like, it basically says all of this is, it doesn't say it's fake, but
It's
it just says
Dramatization or
Yeah, like
A
Yeah,
fictionalized
heavily.
version of reality.
yes. Yeah. I'm like, so what's
My
real
husband
then?
was a lot cooler than that, but I was just more bitchy.
Sure.
Right? I'm kind of
Yeah.
curious to know what the guy, might have to say about it. I mean, I know
Well,
she's dead and
it-
everything, but
It is based on a podcast. You can look it up and
Yeah.
hear the.
Yeah,
hear
there's
the
that.
that's
episode.
true. Yeah, that's what I told my husband. I was like, maybe he
Oh,
was
he's
like
out.
that in the
He doesn't want any of
podcast.
this shit.
Oh, yeah,
he doesn't
no.
want any of this.
No, he's done. He's done.
That's fair.
No. But
Not
yeah,
everybody's
I mean,
for
I
everybody.
would say like every episode, I mean, obviously there's some heavy shit that happens throughout the
Mhm.
series, but I would say up until like the last episode, it's pretty funny throughout.
Yeah.
I mean, relatively speaking,
Yeah, she has a
Considering
good
the
sense of
subject matter.
Yeah.
humor. There's a good sense of humor about it, around it, even though it is a very big defense mechanism.
Yeah. Well,
But-
the dog
Enter-
episode was
Yeah, that's
just fantastic.
Yeah. And the neighbor, oh my God, Peter. Was that
Yes.
Peter
Oh,
from Deadpool?
That is, it's Peter,
Yep,
Peter from
Peter from
Deadpool.
Deadpool.
I was like, oh my God, he has such a majestic, hairy chest. I was like,
Oh,
I just wanted to curl up next to him, just run my hands through his chest hair.
We love you, Peter.
Do.
watch.
your
He's
chest hair.
also in Bad Monkey with Vince Vaughn,
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
and that was a really great show. I really like that one.
Does it show his chest hair in that one too?
Very much so.
Oh, okay.
Cue
He
up
only has
Bad
one arm, though.
Monkey. Like, no, I'm just kidding.
He only has one arm though.
Oh,
That's fine, I
okay.
don't
So he's
care.
like the drummer from Led Zeppelin, or not?
I ain't
Led-
petty like
Def-
that.
Def Leppard, not Led Zeppelin. I was
Let's
thinking
say.
of Led
I
Zeppelin
was about to
because
say,
my husband is watching a Led Zeppelin documentary. That's why.
Oh, okay.
Oh
but it was it's the line from the Bloodhound Gang where
Yeah.
the drummer from Death
Only
Leppard
has one arm.
What's funny
Exactly.
about like
Which-
talking about this kind of stuff and like just this sort of subject matter in general, like if somebody had one arm or like whatever it may be, like I could love.
Oh,
like,
I thought we were
kind
going back to Death.
Yeah, so was I. I thought you kind of.
Now
could
we're all
love-
on the whole like
It's called The
amputee
Stranger.
thing.
no, I could love like anyone. I think like
Aw.
that kind of stuff just doesn't matter to me. I don't think too much. And then I think
Mhm.
if you are in a relationship with like a fully like healthy, able-bodied person, and you watch them unfortunately deteriorate and shit, that I think if you're a real one, you just sort of like go through that with them, and like you're willing to like go for that ride with them, and maybe
Mhm.
not be like a beta cuck about it, but
Right.
Okay,
Oh,
But, like, you're just
I got
willing to be, like I said, a real one, and
Mhm.
like
yeah,
you
he
just
needs
kind of
to
are
fuck
along for that
her.
ride, and
Yeah.
That poor woman.
Yeah.
where the one-armed homies at? No, I'm just kidding.
I dated a girl that was missing her index finger, and
Oh, okay.
I didn't notice for the first 3 months.
Oh, wow.
What?
Okay.
You guys never held hands?
We did. We
Okay.
did. It's okay. It's not my fault.
Okay.
Okay.
The other hand?
She
Brandon,
had
It's not my fault.
When were you dating Daryl Hannah?
Wait, is she missing a finger?
Yeah.
What?
The fuck? I had
I
no
didn't know that
idea.
either.
no. She did what the girls did. You know, you get your finger cut off,
Okay.
right? But you can
Yep,
get
right, as
your
one does.
knuckle. You can get your knuckle surgically removed,
Okay.
Okay.
so it doesn't look like it's just like a finger missing.
Oh,
Mhm.
Wow.
You know, so it just looks like that. And I'm on YouTube.
Okay.
I'm doing a better job if you're watching
Yeah.
on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I had no fucking idea for the first couple months,
Okay.
and I was working in a shop, and I said, "Oh yeah, my God, fucking Mitch, he got tip of his finger cut off," and she's, "Oh, I know all about that." I'm like, "Oh yeah, what?
What?
What are you talking about?" Then she held her hand up, and I'm like, "What?" And she says, "How many fingers do I have?" And I'm like, "Wait,
Oh shit.
You're like,
3."
wait, hold on. There's more.
And she's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Well, I knew that." She said, "No, you fucking didn't." I'm like, "No, I didn't notice."
Aw.
I'm like, "You didn't tell me though, so that's on you." Because
You're a real one, Brad. That's
I
real.
was,
Right.
I was. That's not why we broke up.
Aw.
Okay, good.
Not gonna tell you why we broke up. It's worse than that.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Good. Next
I was gonna
week
say, what did she give
podcast.
you? She was walking out the door.
Real.
Oh, you.
Oh.
God, holy shit.
Are you pointing at
The
me
way
or telling me to
we've
fuck off? Oh, never
You
mind.
pointed at me and told me to
Oh,
fuck
jeez.
off. Exactly.
God.
Oh boy. All right.
Well, that is all that I watched though
Okay.
this week.
Interesting. That sounds interesting, and I would absolutely.
I would
check it out.
recommend it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Looks like Mr. Brad from Canada.
No, they were doing Dave.
Yep. Alrighty. I went out to see
Oh shit, Dave. Sorry.
the
Okay, I gotcha.
Luckiest Man in America, which is
Ooh.
starring Paul Walter Hauser, Walter Goggins, David Stratham, and Maze Williams.
Wait, Jason Statham is in this one?
No, he wasn't working as a beekeeper. It was his dad, David Stratham.
Oh, I thought you said David. I thought you said Jason. I'm sorry.
And Walter
Okay, not for
Goggins has
nothing.
been a subject
Walton.
recently on
Yeah.
the show.
Walton Goggins.
Walton Goggins.
Okay,
Oh,
say
I
that
love
cast
him.
again, because that might be the hardest 4 fucking names to say back to back. I'm not gonna lie.
Paul
Real.
Walter Hauser,
Okay.
Walton Goggins,
Yes.
Walter.
Not Walter.
David Stratham,
Okay.
Stratham,
Right.
Nothing.
Stratham, and Maze Williams.
See,
Okay.
that's hard. That's hard. That's hard to say back to back.
I'm
So this was a perfect hour and 30-minute movie
Woo.
about. Do any of you guys ever remember the game show Press Your Luck?
Yes.
I've heard
No
of it.
whammy,
No
no
whammies, no
whammy, no
whammies,
whammy.
Oh yeah, no whammies.
Stop, big bucks.
Did you guys see the
So-
documentary about the guy that cheated the game?
And this is the movie about it. So
I
in
love it.
May of
Okay, I'm in. I am in.
1984, an unemployed ice cream truck driver steps onto the game show Press Your Luck, harboring a secret, the key to endless money.
oh,
But his winning streak is threatened when the bewildered executives uncover his real motivations.
Hmm.
This is
drama ensues.
a perfect, tight hour and a half. The guy's not good. He's not bad, but he's kind of bad, but not good. But he's lying, but he's telling
smart.
the truth.
He's
Okay.
smart.
But
He's clever.
smart. He
Mm.
finds a pattern into the lighting of how the different things go.
Okay.
And he
Surprised you
finds
show
that
up.
if he says stop, it'll click to the next one and he will avoid whammies.
Oh.
And then they show all the back dealings behind what the producers been like, whoa, wait, no, he can't win this much. And then
He's
like the
winning
dealings
$5
back
grand,
and forth.
$5 grand.
Yeah.
Vacation, $5 grand.
Oh,
like
wow.
every time he hit
Jet
the damn button,
skis. Yeah, it's a whole
he
bunch
wouldn't
of
lose,
stuff.
and he nailed the big prizes.
Mhm.
Not no $100, not no $50. It was like 5K, 5K.
So he even waited to the second round to implement it because the first round was like $100, $100.
Yeah.
The second round is $1,000. You know what's going to happen, but you're still intrigued and along for the ride. I like seeing the different things that Paul Walter Hauser is doing because he's kind of the everyday guy that has somehow gotten the golden ticket to be in movies. He's just been elevated.
Sure.
Yeah, and with some pretty amazing co-stars.
Oh yeah, he's going to come back later on when we talk about trailers as well.
Mhm.
But this was just absolute fun, in and out. I would say if you have like the pass, like Chad and I have, definitely see it in the theaters.
Okay.
Otherwise, like when it comes to streaming, it will be an easy one to go through.
Especially at 90 minutes. Let's go.
Yes.
Please.
Best.
She said, please.
Best.
We need more movies that are 90
We-
minutes.
Yes.
Do need 90-minute movies,
Jesus.
yeah.
So the next thing I saw was A Prayer Before Dawn. I saw this on Canopy and Tubi because I wasn't
Canopy's
sure.
the library thing, right?
Canopy's a library thing. Tubi is the
Other free thing.
other free thing, and it is actually on Plex
Oh.
as the free thing for Plex.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
But
no.
I would
Damn.
recommend not watching free shit on Plex because they have the most fucking
Yes.
ads. It's ridiculous. Like every
Yes.
fucking 5 minutes. I watched something there the other day and I was like, fuck, never again.
Yes, you could try Pluto, but they're just
Yes.
as bad with ads.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was an official selection for Cannes back in 2018. It is the true story of an English boxer incarcerated in one of Thailand's most notorious prisons as he fights in Muay Thai tournaments to earn his freedom. So
Okay.
basically, he is a British boxer over in Thailand that's kind of fighting his way through Thailand to get exposure. He gets hooked on heroin,
Ew. As one
And-
does.
as one
I mean,
does. And in Thailand, they have that
A
zero
Wednesday for me.
tolerance thing. And
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
so I thought I was watching it wrong because I'm watching it with subtitles and nothing was coming up. So he
Oh, no.
speaks in English, the British accent and everything. Everybody around him speaking in Thai.
Okay.
I figured, okay, I'm watching this wrong. So I go over to Canopy and try and watch it. I go to all the different things, not knowing that they just did it as Thai
He's not
is.
supposed to know.
You're not
Yeah.
supposed to know.
Yeah.
You're supposed to
That
just
can
the
be
way
really
everybody's.
Okay.
And it once my brain was wrapped around that part of it, I was like, oh, okay, I'm in now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it has a very what's the Oliver Stone his first thing he wrote
Oh.
with the guy with hashish.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I think everybody
Oh.
knows it, but I'm just going to keep talking now until either I can look it up or somebody else does first.
I'm looking.
But
Oliver Stone hashish guy.
yeah, it's the first thing he did. It's like the first thing he sold before he did Platoon and stuff like that. Oh, it's like
Mm, Ew.
not Thunder Road. Yeah, all right, I'm lost.
Oliver Stone hashish training. Right?
Yeah, writer previous, and there
Midnight
it is.
Express?
Midnight
Yeah,
Express.
There
That's
you
it.
go.
Okay.
Hot
Fuck.
people to the rescue.
Yeah, so it has a lot of that, how like gritty it is, where they show the prison and how just the depths of the prison and how the different things happen and terrible things happen in there. It was kind of like the Bokedom Palace with Kate Beckinsale
Yep.
and that only a
Claire-
lot more dingy. Claire Danes.
Yep.
Claire Danes. Love
Ooh,
her.
yeah, that's rough.
Yeah,
I would not want to be in a prison overseas.
so yeah,
ever.
very.
I wouldn't want to look like Claire Danes in a prison.
Yes, that too.
No, real. Oh my god.
Yeah. Just
So
like that.
from that, I went and I saw a documentary that just dropped on Disney Plus called "Not Just a Goof,"
Mm.
because this is the
Yeah.
30th anniversary of the Goofy movie.
Oh my god!
Oh.
Right.
God,
I
I
had
feel
no idea.
old.
Well, so,
Shut up.
so that's the thing that we were talking. I was saying how Minecraft, how like that was this generation's movie type
Mhm.
thing.
Sure.
The Goofy movie sits in a very weird pocket
Heartbreaking
that
one.
that it nailed like teenage angst better than any other thing that was at that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whether it was chasing the person you care for, or trying to show off but not being the most popular, but
Avoiding your family.
avoiding your family, stuck with your family when you want to be chasing whoever. Like it really ends up hitting on some really some hard truths. And TikTok and a lot of the things kind of is what brought it back to everybody, where everybody was doing the power line dance and singing the song. And there's this great thing on YouTube where a couple of Utah boys basically recreate the whole thing, and
Oh, wow.
as they're dressed like the characters.
That's great.
This is a nice little documentary, but it's more the behind the scenes at Disney part than the how it meant to people. I think they kind of
Okay.
missed what I really got out of the Never Die, Never Surrender, the Galaxy Quest documentary,
Okay.
which was more about the fan service and the documentary.
Sure.
Okay.
So this was missing a lot of the fan service, but it still is interesting if you are a big fan of the Goofy movie.
I have never seen it, so
I
It
haven't
has.
either. I feel terrible. But yeah, I
Okay.
think it was, I never had Disney. Listen, I never had Disney growing up. I had like
Okay.
4 channels. So I was especially when it came to summertime, that was my jam because I would stay up late. I'd watch all of the talk shows. I'd watch
Mhm.
Saturday Night Live. I'd watch the Saturday morning cartoons. But yeah, I didn't have Disney growing up. So I didn't have access to all these cool things that everybody else did.
I was busy watching Real Sex on HBO.
There you go. Yes, that's what I would have been watching too had I had HBO.
Oh, okay.
Because anytime I would go over to my aunt and uncle's house, they had like one of those huge satellite dishes where they would like
Oh,
literally
God.
have to, change it would
Yep.
move and
The
everything.
thing-
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And so anytime they would play spades over there, I was like, oh yes, Real Sex time and like fucking Tales from the Crypt. It was
Yes.
on. I was so happy to go over to my aunt and uncle's house every time my parents played spades because then I knew that I was going to get to see something that I never got to watch.
It was broadening your horizons, we'll say.
Exactly.
Oh, man, that movie still has possibly the most heartbreaking line in the world.
The Goofy
Now,
movie.
Dave, I think I know. You might not know.
I may not know.
All right. You got the kid arguing with his dad, and
Oh,
he says,
Yes. Yeah. Got it.
"Will you leave me alone? I have my own life now."
Oh.
And Goofy looks at him and says, I'm not going to do the voice. He says, "Well, I know you do. I just want to be a part of it."
Oh.
And
Oh
the
my
dude's just like, oh,
Oh.
right. I
want
I
to
have to
drown that
imagine
fucking
like
kid.
right
Oh.
now, Daddy Brad probably is reacting a whole different to
Oh, hell yeah.
like
Hell.
Kid Brad seeing it.
Oh, God. My kid's so much cooler than I was and never will be again. So it's like, yeah.
Right. Pretty
So
cool.
that that's one maybe watch if you're into it. If you haven't seen a Goofy movie, go see a Goofy movie first.
Yeah.
So check it out.
Next, I had My Dead Friend Zoe.
Okay.
Ooh, I've heard about that one.
Engaged in a mysterious relationship with her dead best friend from the army, a female Afghanistan veteran comes head to head with her Vietnam vet grandfather at the family's ancestral lake house.
Oh my god.
Starring, and I'm going to butcher this, Sonequa Martin Green.
Okay.
I think you got it right.
And she's the lead. I'm trying to think what else she's
She's
really
in
known
Star
for.
Trek, right? And Walking
Star
Dead.
Trek Discovery and Walking Dead.
Oh, okay.
Like you would recognize her.
Yes.
A personal crush, Natalie Morales.
Mhm.
She kind of had a little stint on Newsroom and Parks and Rec. She has a very kind of a different look a kind of more ethnic look. But like once
Okay.
you see her, like she doesn't look like your stereotypical supermodel type.
No,
And it also has Ed Harris and Morgan Freeman.
Okay.
that's a good guess.
So the basic thing is this girl is back from Afghanistan. Her grandfather, Ed Harris, and they're trying to put him in a home. And all he wants to do is just stay at the lake house. And there's this kind of battle going over of like can he take care of himself? Can he not take care of himself? And then this girl who is a vet from Afghanistan, can she take care of herself or not?
Okay.
Both due to different PTSD and,
Sure.
and that type of thing.
Mhm.
And how they both say, well, like my war was different than your war. And there's a lot of those type of clashes. As well as there is this character that Natalie Burrell plays that is basically her dead friend from the war.
Okay.
That who's like her best friend when they were over in Afghanistan. And now that she's back, her dead friend is just kind of in all of the conversations with her.
Okay.
It has a very my old ass type of feeling,
Oh, okay.
but it's a different type of story, but it's not, if that makes
Okay.
any sense.
Sure.
And Morgan Freeman kind of pops in as like the guy who the main character is supposed to be. She's supposed to be a counselor. He's supposed to be counseling her
Okay.
through the steps of grief and stuff like that.
Is it comedic like my old ass?
Yeah,
No,
there's anything to it?
there is a lot. There are some comedic things, but it is very, like it's a drama. But
Okay.
it's one of those like, yeah, you're gonna cry, yeah, you're gonna go through it,
Me.
but it like
Yeah, totally.
it's a good cry. Like,
Okay.
Cathartic.
Cathartic.
like
yeah.
right,
Exactly.
like I had a very good cry with my old ass.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't think Chad that you would have the same. I think you would have a different
Oh, okay. Okay.
than my old ass. And
Okay. Gotcha.
Hey,
I
tears
just
are
said
tears.
Fair
ass
enough.
like 20 times in front of your kid.
Okay. Right. Real.
That's okay. He can't hear you.
Okay. There it is. Okay. Good.
Ass, 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 ass.
And he watched Invincible.
Okay. Right.
Right.
He's been.
I'm
doing-
sorry. My son wants to say goodnight to everybody.
Oh
Please.
yes. Let's do it.
Yes.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good
Good
night,
night,
bud.
dude.
Good night.
Okay.
Bye.
I love him. He's so sweet. My
That's
God.
great.
Ass, ass, ass. Okay.
Yeah, don't worry. He couldn't hear you. Only I can hear you.
Yes, yes.
It's for the
Fuck
best.
all wrong with you.
He's
All right.
heard much worse than that too, by the
That's
way.
right.
So
So hold on. I got 3 more, but these are all crossovers with Brad.
okay.
Okay.
We have the Bondsman, resurrected bounty hunter Hub Hollering gets an unexpected second chance at life, love, and nearly forgotten music career, only to find his old job now is as a demonic bondsman for the
What
devil.
the fuck? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it is
Okay.
Kevin Bacon
Yes.
is a bondsman and he is out on a bond and he gets killed
In a pretty gruesome
in a
fashion.
pretty yeah.
Yeah.
And
okay.
then-
Fucking, they
Go ahead.
shoot him
Yep.
in the back. But he's wearing a bulletproof vest, so he's on his ass. And a guy comes up and just carves him right across his throat,
As one
As
does.
one does.
as one does. And he wakes up in the walls of the motel, like
What?
between the plaster kind of things.
Yeah, where they tried to hide him, and they were going to
Where they
burn
tried to
down the
hide the
hotel.
body.
They were going to burn down the hotel with him in the walls,
Yeah.
Okay.
with the body in the walls.
He wakes up, he gets out, he catches the guy that's trying to burn it down, and through I don't even know, man. Through ridiculousness, he finds the guys that killed him, tried to arrest him to get at his ex-wife's boyfriend, who's also an asshole.
Okay.
And then someone shows up and says, "Oh, by the way, you're also a demon hunter." And the demon hunter, you gotta hunt. And his mother's like, "Are you sure?" And it was
Are you
bad.
sure?
It was
yeah,
bad.
like I think
What's
they tried
the
to be
tone
able
of this?
Oh,
It's not fun. No, it's serious. They try
Oh.
and play this for
Geez.
serious.
That does
But
not
it doesn't
sound
come
good.
No.
off as serious. It doesn't come
Yes.
off as serious. I love Kevin Bacon, and I think the character he's playing, Hub Holleran, first of all. What
Well,
the
Hub
fuck?
is what kind of name is that?
Hub hollering at
What's
that.
that short for? Husband? Hub? Is that a name?
Hubble.
That's got to be a name.
Hubble, Hubris,
Hubert.
Hubert.
I think where Brad hates it, I hate it in a different place.
Oh, okay.
All right, I just got like what the fuck kind of thing. Like this
Me too.
could have been a really cool, like it's a cool premise.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Maybe give it to a different creator with a different producer to make it not as light, because it was very cartoony, and I like cartoons when they're cartoons.
Mhm.
Sure.
But this was just kind of
The idea of a bail bondsman for rogue demons, I'm okay with.
that's a
Right.
great idea.
It sounds
problem is-
interesting.
He has a separated wife who is a
Mm.
musician. He has a
That girl from that fucking band, I can't remember.
what, Beth Grant, Jennifer Nettles.
Jennifer Nettles.
Jennifer Nettles.
Yeah.
And he has a little floppy-haired kid that he's trying to have a relationship with. Between two parents of a custody, it's every freaking bad trope,
Okay.
That could be it too.
and that drives me nuts. Is like, dude, just go hunt demons. I don't care.
Okay, right.
I
Right,
don't care about
like-
your fucking family life.
Right.
Okay,
No,
dude?
but seriously, you
Give me the demons.
were killed.
Yes.
You come back to life. A representative of Satan tells you, okay, you are technically in hell. Like
Yeah.
Hmm.
you're going to work for the devil. You're going back to hell once you're dead. So you might want to like get in good favor with Satan,
Right.
because when you go down there, he might, give you the
Right.
suite with air
You can
conditioning.
stay up here as long as you're hunting demons,
Sure.
Yeah.
or as long as
So-
you're collecting demon bounties.
So I don't know. I would make that my priority
Sure.
versus trying to get,
Custody of my kid.
when it
Why
doesn't
would
matter.
you need custody of your kid if you're fucking dead?
And
I'm sorry.
okay, that's
That's
the
the
other
thing.
thing. They do
Yeah.
make the rules too clear on how do you kill something that's already dead, and can he get killed again,
Right.
or will he just? They never really said.
Or is he
No.
basically a zombie? I mean,
No,
what is-
he looks great. I mean,
Okay.
it's Kevin
Well,
Bacon.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
does
I
look
mean,
great.
right.
Yeah, his neck heals and
Yeah,
all that.
and
All
yeah,
right.
he has a big open gash that slowly heals.
Oh,
So
Okay.
he heals.
Yeah.
But like, and it never said, okay, if you get shot in the face, are you going to come back?
Right,
Like-
like
Like,
It-
you go to hell again and they send you back? Like it, I don't know. It was
Doesn't
just
work.
it's too loose. Like, and the good thing about it, if there is a good thing, is Kevin Bacon is forever charming
Yeah, I love him.
in
He's always good.
in the character he plays. I just wish it was a better character, surrounded by a better story, surrounded by
Mm.
better actors, surrounded by
Right.
a better script,
better everything.
mhm.
better
Yeah.
everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's disappointing.
Yeah, it is.
Well, better than that is Lazarus.
All right.
Lazarus.
Ooh.
In 2052, an emergency task force is assembled when a miracle cure is hijacked for purging the population.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
So the basic story is this: there's this genius guy that everybody trusts who creates a medical cure for, is it just pain relief, Brad? I believe.
It's kind of everything.
Yeah.
What ails you? You take this
Okay.
pill and it cures what ails you.
Right. It's your Tylenol, your Advil, something like that. But if you have taken it, apparently it's going to kill you.
Oh.
It's
So
a
he
time
could-
release component that, yes, you feel perfect and all basic diseases are cured,
But temporary.
but in 3 years you will die
Okay.
from
Interesting.
taking the pill.
And the
Sure.
guy who created this thing kind of disappears and nobody can find him.
Okay.
And then he
That
comes
sounds
back
interesting.
on breaking news and says, "Hey, everybody in the world, you're going to die if you took this, unless you find me."
Mm.
Okay.
Which that is a bit of a weak plot. I get that, but
I think it sounds
Mm,
interesting. Actually,
It's
see.
motivational as well.
It's motivational. Yeah,
Sure.
you know what his motive is, we don't know yet.
Mm, Well, you said maybe like population control,
Yeah.
but
So you have your main character who is very much like Spike in Cowboy Bebop, right?
yeah, this is an anime, but I don't know
Okay.
if we mentioned that.
I was
Yeah.
about to say it looks just like Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, the
The
same
animation
director,
style and
producer, and all
everything.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the
it-
music and the
Mm.
action. And
Okay.
listen, it's fantastic. The action's fantastic.
it is.
Very fluid, very,
If,
you know.
if you
like,
liked Cowboy Bebop, it is like that, but it's
Okay.
smoother.
yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
It is a lot more smooth. The lead character is quite the penchant for parkour. I mean, I think you're introduced to him
Same.
in a jail cell. He's just doing a handstand and then 9 backflips to really big jail cells to do
Yeah.
9 backflips
Okay,
in the jail
right.
cell. Um, he escapes prison in a very flourish fashion way, all like dancing, flipping, and all that. And I was watching it thinking, you know what? Good thing this is animated. Because one, humans can't really move like that. And two, if they tried to make humans move like that, it would look stupid.
Okay, right.
It would
Right,
look fucking
like the
dumb.
live action
It's,
Cowboy.
Yeah, I was gonna say-
everybody is super
Ooh,
skinny
so
and
bad.
lanky and just
And yeah,
very Eon Flux.
yeah,
Okay.
and the animation gives it the excuse that sure that guy could jump that high,
Right.
you know, because the only other way you could do it is either bad CGI or wire work, and you'd be like, that's dumb.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
so-
the way that the music hits, the way that the action is presented, the way if you notice the tone that Brad and I have is way different here from the Bondsman.
Okay.
like-
yes.
We're basically saying, hey, there's plot holes, but I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Whereas
Right.
the other one was like, hey, there's plot holes. Hey, the plot holes. But did I
Yeah.
tell you about the plot holes?
Sometimes
Maybe if
they're
the
easy.
maybe if the Bondsman was animated, it'd be different.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not even joking about that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But
But it's intriguing. I'm very curious where it goes. It has a great pedigree from who's made it, and the
Yeah.
music is great and the action's great. So
Okay.
yeah, and I guess the premise is that our main character, I can't remember his name. I don't even think we were given his name in the first. He's
Axel.
Mm.
something cool like that anime
It's
does.
Axel.
Okay.
know,
Right.
Anime,
Something cool.
you know, his name's Axel or Brick or coolest guy in the room. .com, you know. He is kind of kidnapped to be on this task force. The task force is named Lazarus, and they're going to go find this guy that is potentially murdering most of the world.
Okay. Fair enough. Sounds good.
Hmm
So the
And
last,
there's a drone
there's drone stuff.
stuff.
But yeah, I mean, that's gonna
in.
be a nice week to week type thing.
Yeah, yeah, it's
So
on
like
Adult
Saturday at
Swim.
it's a Saturday at midnight appointment. So
And
Sunday
one
morning
episode
I'll
at
be.
a time.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Oh shit. Okay.
So yeah, now I get to plan a lot of Saturdays and Sundays around
Sure.
Lazarus and The Last of Us 2.
No kidding.
Now, the last thing I have, I'll let Brad take the lead with, because I think it where I enjoyed it. I'm going to start with that. I do not have the background with it.
Okay.
Okay. Well, the background I have with Devil May Cry is
Ooh.
the video games, naturally. Funny story about that. There was an anime in the 90s, and it was okay. And then Netflix got a hold of this and made an anime about Dante and Devil May Cry and demon hunting and fuck me running. It's fantastic.
Okay.
Like, my God, it is as smooth as the Lazarus. The voice acting is amazing. Also, I was not expecting this, but when I heard his voice, it was like, yep, that's him. The late Kevin Conroy
Mm.
plays the vice president.
Mm-hmm.
And from Batman the Animated Series, the Arkham
Mhm.
games, everything, he's just the perfect Batman voice. But he is he reminds me of Clancy Brown doing a heavy voice. and he plays this perfectly. And they kind of like, oh my god, we lost another great one. This guy was the best of the best at what he did, and he continues to do it here. But I mean, this show is 8 episodes. It is fast. It's funny. One of the better gags I've ever seen in an animated feature. And it does what anime does better. And I'm glad they didn't ignore this. Dante is freaking cool.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. He is the coolest fucking thing in the world. And he knows it. So they make him cool. He is not. What's
sorry. I'll let you finish. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
What they do a really good job is basically say like, well, why isn't he doing this? And they're like, he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
He lost it. Why didn't he finish this? He lost interest and then just does whatever he wants to do.
Yeah. So go ahead, Carly. What?
Oh, I was just gonna say, does he get cooler as it goes along? Because I've only watched the first episode, and I was like, I don't know.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
okay. I'll have
he
to give
does.
it more of a watch then, because like I said, I've only watched the first episode. I really fucking love the game, especially the first one, my favorite one. Part 3 is pretty good too, but part 2 is awful. I'm sorry.
Well, after watching this multiple times, I was planning on watching a couple episodes, going out doing something, and then it ate my Friday
Snowballed.
because I watched it twice,
Okay.
back to back, and then I went dusted off my PlayStation. I'm like, I think Devil May Cry might be on here somewhere. So
Okay.
so I went and played part 1. I'm like, wow, this is nothing like the show that I just watched at all.
Okay.
Not even
I was
close.
about to say it was a little
Not-
different than what I
nothing
remember.
Like, okay, the video game Dante is in some kind of like gothic, creepy hell world that makes
Yeah.
Gotham City look happy. And
It's a
Dante
little
in the TV
different.
show, he looks like he's in New York. Yeah, okay. But yeah, I don't know. I really loved where it went and how it played. And because you got the trench coat wearing guy with a wry smile and 2 guns
hmm
killing demons.
Is it Ebony and Ivory? Is that what they're called?
No, they didn't do that.
Oh,
That
God.
pissed me off. That pissed
Well, no,
me off.
isn't that what it's
Yeah.
called in the game, though?
Yep. He's
Okay,
got
that's
2
what I
guns.
thought. Okay. All
No,
right.
he just has 2 regular guns, which there is something that's
lame.
kind of cool. At the end of most of his adventures, his
Mhm.
guns are crushed
Oh.
because
Okay.
he's really strong and he's
Mhm.
always shooting. So
okay.
he
Crushes
crushes a lot of guns. And they
Okay.
got a really, really great supporting cast too of characters that you give a shit about.
Hmm.
And I'm a big weepy bitch anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Me too.
But I cried a shit ton during one episode.
Oh, okay.
Like I cried a whole fuck of a lot.
Do you remember
and-
which one it was?
Yes.
Which number? Just
I
so I
remember.
know. Oh, you just said you remembered.
I lied. I was trying to think. I was thinking
Okay,
as you were
okay.
asking. I think it's
Okay,
like
I'm
6 or
sorry.
7. 6 or
Okay.
7.
Okay.
Fair.
But it also has a really intriguing villain. Carly,
Okay.
you saw him in the first episode.
Which
the
one was
rabbit.
he again? Oh, the
rabbit.
rabbit. Yes, right.
The
Okay.
bunny.
That demon
Yeah,
rabbit
a
thingy.
demon-looking rabbit,
Oof.
Oh,
which
shit.
who is,
Creepy.
but also he does the Hans Gruber thing of the gentleman villain.
Mm,
Okay.
But fuck, is he a villain?
mhm.
I'm always here for a gentleman villain, for real.
You'll appreciate the cool factor in episode 2.
Okay. All right. I'll have to watch more then. Like I said, I've only seen the first episode, so
Well, you didn't like that he made a lame Skeletor joke or something?
to
thought
be
that's
honest,
pretty cool.
dude, I don't even remember. I'm sorry. I have to rewatch it. I'm sorry. I was just like,
Fine.
He's been watching
He's like, I already
sexual-
blocked this from
Yeah.
my mind.
I was
You
like,
watched
I mean, to be fair, I remember it being a lot different from the game, and I was like,
Well-
although it's been years since I played the game, like probably 2 decades actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played
I'm
only one of them
well-
that was like on the 360 era.
Oh,
I'm awful
okay.
at video games, and so I'm keep getting bit
part
by
1
these
is
little.
so fun.
That's what I'm stuck on. I keep getting
Yeah.
bit by these little fucking spiders. I can't get them. It's annoying. I
Brad,
know. Get the
you gotta
shotgun.
get better.
Oh shit! Well, now that
Do
you said
better,
that, I
Brad.
will.
Okay.
Oh my god, you're not a good boy, Brad. No,
Yeah,
I'm
you got to
sorry.
do better. You're bad boy.
Oh,
Say it again.
that might
You're
work too.
bad. You're a bad boy.
You didn't say my name.
God.
So, okay.
Brad, you're a bad boy. You're so bad.
Isolate it. Got it.
Got it. You're my ringtone,
Anyways.
Carly. You're my ringtone. But yeah, as you can tell, I absolutely enjoyed it. Now, Dave, shit on it. Why? So why didn't
no.
you like it?
I'm not. No,
I'm teasing.
I don't know the lore. So like,
Right.
It has
I'm
nothing to
Probably
do with the
loved it
lore.
then.
No, dude, it has nothing to do with
No,
with the
not
video
really,
game.
from what I've seen.
The only thing that has to do with the video game is there's a guy named Dante.
Dante.
with a
Okay.
a red trench coat, and he's got superpowers.
Loosely based on the Devil
So-
May
Yes.
Cry video game.
so like, yeah,
Well,
I'm in. I'm gonna watch the rest of it. I think it was the Bondsman that took me away from it.
Oh,
You know,
Oh,
I mean,
sorry.
like, keep my. I also watched like 3 hours of Sex and Death
Right.
at the same time. You know, what I mean, like,
Yeah.
there's that too.
whereas I think I
Yeah, we
saw
watched a lot.
Lazarus. Yeah, Lazarus brought me back to Devil May Cry.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah, it was a good week for animation as far as I was concerned.
what else you got?
Trying to remember, what did I brag about? Oh yeah, I watched
Game show?
I watched a game show.
Oh,
Floor?
okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
My
yeah,
buddy
hell
Scott-
yeah.
my buddy Scott at work asked me, "Has you ever seen The Floor?" Like, nope.
I've
You
seen
got to
this on
watch
the
it.
floor.
You got to watch it. I had no idea what he's talking about. And he says, it's got Rob Lowe in it. I'm like, well, I like Rob Lowe. So I did a search up on this. I'm like, oh, it's a fucking game show. Okay.
I love a good game show, bitch. I fucking
You know
love
what? I do like game shows. And this has kind of got a unique concept. Okay. You got, I don't know the exact numbers, so I don't care if you get mad at me. Like 80 people, and you're
It's a
all
lot,
standing,
for
you're
real.
all standing on a floor. You each get your own tile.
Hmm.
Now you are an expert of whatever you say you're an expert at. These are not like PhD people or anything like that. It's just regular people,
It
all
could be
walks of life.
farming, mechanics, like
Yes,
any of that kind of stuff.
yeah. My expertise would be sucking at video games or whatever. You know,
Okay, right.
Chad, yours would be horror movies. You
Yeah.
know, kind of stuff like that. And you got Rob Lowe, who's charming as hell, and the randomizer, which is a very fancy name for pick that guy, pick this girl, pick whomever. He says, let's fire up the randomizer. I don't think it's random, but whatever.
Hmm.
Sure.
So one person gets chosen, and then they have 4 choices around them to go head to head against their preferred topic.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. So Chad, I get randomized. I pick you for horror movies.
Hmm.
Okay. Now you and I both go up, and they show pictures of horror movies, and you have to name the main character.
Okay.
You know, it goes back and forth, back and forth. If you skip it, you get time taken off. You get 30 seconds, I get 30 seconds, and it just goes back and forth. Now, if you get eliminated, because it's my universe, so I beat you at horror, I have 2 squares.
Yeah.
So it's just building up surface on the floor. Now, the more surface you build, the more money you get, or the more money you're eligible for. But the more surface you get, everybody around you, if they get picked, they want to try and like boot you off. And
Sure.
if you lose, you're out. Like it's not.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So they
You
can
only
take
get
up your
one-
entire floor area.
You only get
can put.
one round to play this. Like
Yeah.
so, you could be like, there's 80 people, so there's 80 choices for this thing to go. So you got people that don't get any screen time till the last episode. So they've been standing around for all this time.
Sure.
And now it's your turn. Oh, yay, I finally get up. And then you get beat. You've been
Yeah.
standing around for 4 hours and then you get beat. But the fun part of it is the topics these people choose. And when they go up, you get to play along.
Yeah.
And you get to realize, man, I'm smarter than these motherfuckers.
Yeah. Right.
I know
Well, at
horror
least-
movies. I know bathroom items. I know like people.
Yeah.
That was this
Unless
one
you're
girl's.
there on the spot. you
Yeah.
know?
That's it. Then you
Pressure.
panic and
Yeah.
panic and cry and throw up all over Rob Lowe. And yeah, I thought, okay, it'd be kind of fun just to watch an episode, but it sucked, man. I watched the first season. There's 3
Oh,
seasons. I
wow.
watched all the
Oh,
first
okay, wow.
season and just played along. I haven't drank
Okay.
along the way, but just playing right along with it.
Sure.
So yeah, the floor is actually. I'm glad my buddy recommended it. It was
Yeah.
a fun watch.
I've seen a
What's that
handful of
on?
episodes of it, and I noticed too that like
Um,
it seems like the contestants all seem to like really get to know each other behind the scenes. It seems like
Well,
there's
yeah,
like
'cause they're
real
standing
relationships
around-
being built.
They're standing around talking while other people are up doing their
It is
thing.
on Tubi.
Tubi.
Okay,
Oh,
okay, I'll
okay.
have to check it out.
Yeah, so I was
Tubi,
trying to remember. It was either Tubi
Hulu.
or Peacock or whatever.
Yeah,
Tubi.
Tubi or Hulu.
I don't have Hulu.
Yeah, it's interesting for sure.
I don't have Hulu up in Canada.
Oh,
Disney Plus then for you.
Okay,
Yep.
I'm not paying for that.
real.
I don't doubt it.
All right.
I don't blame you.
All right,
Real
so let's see. I guess we're going to go rapid fire now and
Yes, we are.
recommend what we do and we don't.
Look at this AI. I love it.
Who are these
saying-
people?
But exactly who is who other
Who
than
are
Carly?
these people?
Well,
No.
so there was one where I like added 10 years and I
Aw.
started playing with hair and it got really. This is the most innocent of everything.
Because I'm looking kind of like Ellen Page there.
Yeah.
You do sort of actually.
I'm sorry.
I am dead.
Yes.
You're not
and-
Elliot yet.
Yes,
And the
just
guy
Ellen,
with the
not
hat
Elliot.
kind of looks like a young Al Bundy.
Mhm.
We got David Dobrik there on the left,
Oh my god.
and like a
Holy shit.
weird Steve Carell there.
Yeah, I was saying Steve Carell. And in the
Um,
most possibly realistic looking house fire in the back I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, it's like the cartoon of the dog that's like everything's fine.
I literally thought the house was on fire just right now when I
I
bring this
know.
up.
I
though,
know.
like,
There's smoke.
So realistic,
It-
photorealistic.
I thought it was best to leave the problematic one rather than to try and
yeah,
get
right, real.
I don't know. I might need to see the
the
I gotta
other
see what
versions.
didn't make the cut.
the other attempt. Yeah,
Yeah,
you text
for
that
real.
to us. Now, if that house is on fire behind them, what the fuck are they staring at?
Well,
Yeah.
it's the
I know it's
thing
They're
is
looking at
AI
us.
yeah,
movies.
hey,
AI
let's
movies.
put them in a theater and make them watch something. They're
Oh,
not.
God.
They're just
They're watching
Yeah.
the Minecraft
Behind them.
movie.
yes.
Mhm.
All right, so we're gonna go through these guys and give our buy, borrow, burn opinion on everything that we went
Just
through.
quick
tonight,
in and
guys.
out, rapid fire.
There it is. All right, first up.
Devil May Cry. I'm going to say borrow, but could buy.
Buy it a couple times.
Okay. Fair
I'm
enough.
gonna say borrow just because I've only seen it one episode.
Okay, there it is.
There you go.
Dying for Sex. FX.
Buy.
Borrow.
I will say buy.
Okay.
Definite buy.
Yes, I will.
What is this? I cannot tell, guys.
That is
Lazarus.
Lazarus.
That's the Lazarus.
You know,
I guess
to-
if you're listening, we should probably tell people what we're
yeah,
looking
you
at.
know what? That is a
Oh.
great freaking point.
Yeah, well, sometimes it cuts it
Maybe we
off at the
should
bottom
start
of the screen
over.
for me.
No,
So, like,
we
yeah.
keep forgetting that not everyone just watches us on
Yeah,
That's
YouTube.
true.
we switched from audio to video real quick. Yes, to quote Insync, bye.
Okay.
Very good.
Next, we have the
Bondsman.
Bondsman.
Burn it.
Burn, baby, burn.
Burn.
Aw.
Okay.
And I'm
Sorry, this is a
I'm
Bondsman hate
aggravated
podcast
that,
now.
that this has to get burned.
Wolfman.
Man. Oof. Borrow.
I would say
burn
borrow
it. I'd say
too.
borrow.
Yeah, I
because, some
agree.
people like it. I'm just
Yeah.
not one of them.
And
Same.
I am definitely not one at all. So burn this shit.
Aw.
Yeah, okay, there it is. He said, "Fuck the Wolfman."
Fuck this
Fuck,
shit.
I like Wolfman.
the 13th Warrior.
13th Warrior.
Buy that shit.
Bye.
Bye.
Definite
Bye.
buy.
Buy.
Agreed. All right.
A prayer before dawn. I'm going to say borrow.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know anything about it, so I don't know.
Real.
Just what they told us. I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
I'm going to put a buy for this one, which is my best friend Zoe, which was not on this little thing here. I thought it would be on the picture, and apparently the name is not. So my best
Okay.
friend Zoe, buy.
There it is. All right.
Nice.
The luckiest man
In America.
in America.
I'm going to say borrow
Okay.
because I don't think it has repeat. Nope. Sorry. I'm just going to say borrow.
Okay.
Okay.
'cause that's what we're supposed to be doing.
Okay. A working man. I'm gonna say this.
Come on,
It's a
Chad.
borrow with a potential buy.
Okay. If you love Jason Statham,
If you just want mindless
And you wanna-
action, it could be a
okay.
buy for sure.
Beekeepers.
gotcha.
Wake Up. This is a borrow for sure.
Okay.
And then Screamboat, man, it's gonna be like a rent or borrow, but it could also be a potential buy. But you got to be the right kind of person. You know who you are, guys.
And $10 or less, maybe.
Yeah, definitely
Okay,
on sale.
That might be a new rating system. What's this
Oh my
movie
god,
worth?
right?
What's this worth? How
What
much
is this
would you
movie
pay?
worth?
I'd buy it for $10 or less.
How much will you
Yeah.
pay to see
Real.
this
I'd
movie?
buy that for $1.
All right, next up we have Tron.
All right,
Oh,
so
okay,
we're
discuss
now
trailers.
in trailer time.
Mm,
Trailer time.
I think everybody's seen this, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, the new
Although-
Tron Ares trailer dropped a couple days ago, and man, we're not the only ones that saw it because it has got every view on YouTube. Everyone either wants to see the train wreck or how cool everything looks.
It looks
Mhm.
sick, I think.
So far, it
Yeah.
looks pretty cool.
I love
I'm
the idea that
so
all the aesthetic is all red, so we
Yes.
only have this evil infiltrating our world. We don't have exactly the good
Sure.
Yet
in our world. We got to see the Excite bikes real quick. The thing is the first thing.
Music
Love
by Nine Inch
the-
Nails.
music by Nine Inch Nails,
Mhm.
but
That's interesting. Although I will miss Daft Punk.
Yes,
Mhm.
So that was really good.
that was
Agreed.
a kick-ass in the second one. But
Mhm.
I'm open to this.
Yes.
Yeah, oh yeah.
well,
Very much.
everybody as a kid that watched the first Tron, all you really did was want one of those Excite bikes.
The
Mhm.
light bikes.
Yeah, Excite bikes. Is that a fucking Nintendo game?
Yes, you're thinking of
Yes,
the
it
Nintendo
was.
game.
You dick! You fucking
Sorry.
I'm going to plant that
light
memory here.
you did, man. You sucked me right in, Dave.
Aw.
Stay tuned for the Excite Bike movie. Very
Not to be
short.
confused with Rad
Not to use your Rad. Yes.
And like I was telling everyone,
or
earlier
Turbo
tonight,
Kid.
Turbo
I've
Kid.
never seen Tron or Tron Legacy, so I need to catch up on those in
Yes.
a major way, clearly, because I think this looks amazing.
I think you
definitely-
can actually see Tron Legacy without seeing Tron and
I
understand.
agree.
Oh,
I
okay.
agree.
So
Good to
if
know.
it like
Right.
the Tron graphics can be a little dated.
Mhm.
Sure. I'm
So-
okay with that.
You
Though.
think?
I would think that if you started with Tron Legacy and then really got into it and wanted to see Tron, you could go in that order.
Okay,
Yes.
but it's not essential to the.
No, I don't think
Okay.
it would be.
I think they
no.
explain enough in the second to get you through. to the
Yes.
third.
Okay,
I agree.
there it is. But yeah, this is a definite look forward from me, guys.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
see it in the theaters,
Mhm.
front row, IMAX, if I can, please.
Absolutely.
Wow. Yeah, definitely.
All right, next up.
Killer of Killers.
This
Oh,
is
Predator. Okay.
Predator.
Oh,
Ooh.
I'm here for this 100%.
So my
Yeah.
understanding of this, Brad, do you know the story for this?
I do not. I know it's an animated fare. Is it kind of in the vein of Love, Death, and Robots? Just like
It's-
a bunch of.
It's a rogue predator. So he is
Okay.
not necessarily hunting, even though he is, I think have turned on his own kind,
Okay.
Okay.
but he kind of starts by fighting like samurais and stuff like that.
That sounds amazing.
Yes, it is. I think everything that we want out of a Predator movie.
Hell yeah.
I loved Prey. It was
Yes.
such a pleasant
Prey was
surprise.
fantastic.
Yeah. It was way better than anyone could have ever guessed it would be, especially
Mhm.
direct to Hulu or whatever, like a Hulu original. Very good.
It was certainly better than The Predator.
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, that movie was awful.
Agreed.
Sorry.
Yeah, there was
Ooh.
Predator with Schwarzenegger, and then there was Prey, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Yeah.
Excuse me, you're forgetting Predators with
I'm
Adrian
not.
Brody.
No,
Yes, you are, sir.
no.
Oh my
Just
God.
like, uh-oh.
That
So,
movie is so much fun. I'm sorry.
so I'm sorry. There's another Predator coming out at the end of the year. This one is, that's the one where the Predator turns against his own. This one
Oh.
is 3 of the fiercest warriors in human history become prey to the ultimate killer of
Oh.
killers.
Hell yeah, that sounds
So this is
amazing.
the best that the humans have to offer.
Okay, and this is live action, right?
Now this is animated.
This one's
Oh, it
animated.
is animated. Okay, that sounds amazing. I'm here for it, guys. Is this a theater release?
No, it's Hulu. It's
Okay.
just like Prey. It'll be a Hulu.
I trust that after Prey for sure.
Yeah, I'm surprised Prey didn't make it to the theaters. I thought it would have done well.
It should have.
Absolutely. All right, I think there's
All
only
right.
one more.
All right. And the Naked Gun, Liam Neeson. I'm excited for this, guys.
So am I.
I was
Liam
concerned.
I am
I
a little
was.
concerned as well. I mean, listen, I'm still going to watch it, but I'm a little concerned because it seems like the humor is a little bit more raunchy than
Okay.
the original type of humor. I don't know. It could still work, and I'm still
yes.
interested.
I hope they keep perspective
Yes.
of like,
Yeah.
even though in the trailer they have the one guy breaking the fourth wall that is not Lieutenant Frank Drebin.
Yeah.
Okay,
Um,
right.
So like the basic rule of thumb is in this world, the only one that can break the fourth wall is kind of Frank Drebin.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. And this is Frank Jr.
Frank, so Liam Neeson plays the son of Leslie Nielsen.
Mhm.
And
Paul
I don't know.
Walter Hauser plays the son of the other guy.
Yep.
Jason Simpson's
Paul Walter
character.
Hauser,
Frank, is it Frank? Is that his name? I can't remember.
Yeah,
Okay.
Frank Drebin, and oh damn, I can't remember his name.
I don't remember.
And
Yeah,
then,
the
Like,
guy-
I don't fucking
then
know.
they have the son of OJ.
The
But they
son of
don't-
Nordberg.
Yes.
Not OJ.
It's-
Not OJ.
Sorry,
Nordberg.
son of Nordberg.
Well, I
Oh,
think
there
Liam
you go,
Neeson
that's
is
his
really
name.
smart for this because Frank Drebin was always very like deadpan. He was like played the
Mhm.
straight guy like through those movies in a way, and that's
Yep.
like what made it so funny. And I think Liam
Yes.
Neeson really might be able to pull that off and
Has-
do it like
Has
well and do
anybody
it
ever
right.
seen Life is Short with Ricky Gervais and oh gosh, who played Willow? Warwick Davis.
Or David.
I
haven't.
have not. I think I've seen like maybe a few episodes of that. It was pretty funny what I saw.
So
I did
there's a
not watch it
clip.
all.
There's a clip where Liam Neeson comes in to sit down with Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant and says, "I want to get into improv comedy."
Okay.
And he says, "See this? Steven Spielberg compliment me all the time. I write lists all the time." And it basically goes into him doing him trying to do improv with Ricky Gervais and them. And
Okay.
he always steers it to, "I have AIDS and I got."
Oh yes, I have absolutely seen this. It's
I
so
have not
funny.
seen this.
Oh my god.
I don't think I've seen that part, but I've seen
I'll-
like one or two
yeah.
episodes.
I'll send it in the chat.
It's
for us,
hilarious.
But everybody else, look it up on YouTube.
Okay.
Once you see this, you'll understand that he can absolutely pull this off.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
100%.
And after
Yeah, my friend-
seeing Pamela Anderson should have been up for an Oscar,
Mhm.
Mhm.
I'll give her all the room in the world to try and pull this off.
Absolutely.
I don't know. The first 10 seconds when like 3-foot tall schoolgirl, and then he pulls the mask off and he's like 6'4".
I was
Mhm.
dead. It was so
Like
funny.
I killed myself laughing. I don't know. I
Yes.
was so stupid. You know what you're getting into
Mhm.
when
Yes.
like, when this happens, and I don't know. It just hit with me. Maybe I'm just missing a screwball comedy.
Yeah.
Because I haven't got to laugh at one in a long time.
Yeah,
Not
we
something
really
that's
need something
silly.
like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, like something where you have to pay attention to it and get all of the jokes, like things in the background, because that is like half of the funny shit in
Yeah.
stuff
Or something
like
you've
this.
seen 14 times, and like every time you catch new shit that's
Yeah.
funnier and like
So,
makes you laugh. And
The good
yeah.
news is the director is one of the Lonely Island guys.
Mhm.
Okay.
So they did Pop Star, Never Stop. They did the what else is it? The Chip and Dale movie that was
Oh,
very
okay.
meta.
Mhm.
Oh, I love that movie.
I don't think I've
Yeah,
seen that
so
one.
like that's it's actually pretty impressive.
Okay.
You know, like I'm looking at the writers, and it's guys that did Crazy Ex-Girlfriend and Chip and Dale, Rescue
Okay.
Rangers. Like there is comedy that people. It's not just like stupid comedy. It's actually some sharp comedy.
It's
Sure.
clever.
Yeah.
Like nothing wrong with being clever. Crap.
I mean, I think you could tell from the trailer that this is going to be fairly clever, and it looks. I laughed at the trailer, so
Mhm.
that is enough for me, and I'm here for it, 100%.
All right. Well, is there anything on anybody else's radar?
There are so many things
There's so
coming
many
out this
things
weekend
coming
that I
out
want to
soon.
watch.
So we
And
got
I am moving
what
actively
is
this weekend.
what's the war movie this week?
Warfare.
Warfare.
So Warfare is this week. I think that's definite. I gotta see that. Last of Us starts Sunday night.
Mhm.
And
what? Are you sure?
Yeah, Last of Us start. Yeah, season 2
wow.
starts
Oh,
Sunday
it's-
night.
Thought it was in May.
man. I want to see Drop super bad, and I want to see.
I heard that
Sinner
was
really
pretty
bad.
fun too, as long as you can like, what's it called?
Suspend disbelief.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
That's the phrase.
Show up drunk.
Well, see, I like
that
Christopher
too.
Landon.
Either one. I do too.
Happy-
I do too.
Happy Death Day was really fun. I thought the
Yes.
sequel was also actually pretty fun.
Yes.
He was signed on for just a second to direct Scream 7 after like the Melissa
Mhm.
Barrera fiasco, all that kind of
Mhm.
shit. I didn't know if I loved that fit necessarily,
Mhm.
but this just looks like a silly kind of fun, good time at the movies.
There's another movie coming out this week that is supposed to be like noteworthy, and it must be so
Sinners.
noteworthy I can't remember it.
Let's see here.
Sinners with directed by Ryan Coogler with Michael
Yes.
B. Jordan.
Yeah, that's
It's a
the one where he
vampire
plays the
movie.
twins. Yeah, he plays twins.
The
in it.
Amateur.
Oh,
That's the
That
Rami.
looks good, too.
The Rami.
Yeah, the
Malek.
Rami Malek and
Yep.
Larry Fishburne.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a more like if Michael Bay took Black Bag and only did half of it, and then somebody better came and fixed it.
Okay.
That would be the
okay.
Wow.
That's a good way to describe it.
And then
man.
somebody better came and fixed it.
I did, by the way, totally forget that I watched Black Bag this week
Oh.
too.
Oh,
It was a movie.
You didn't like it?
I didn't listen. I didn't dislike it. Okay?
Okay.
I enjoyed it for what it was. I'm not a huge spy thriller type fan, so
Okay.
it was just a bunch of scenes with people talking, in my
Yeah.
opinion. But
This
they
is true.
did it very well. It was very well done. It was not a bad movie at all, so I would
Yeah.
definitely recommend it.
well, if
You just got to know whether you're in for that or not.
Well, if you
Yes.
want a little more Michael Bay sprinkled in there, check out The Amateur.
Okay, there you go.
Right. God, we should be on their marketing team, guys.
Yes.
Oh yeah. The CIA nerd tries to get revenge for his wife who
What
Like
if
killed
we
stuff.
took a good
Mhm.
movie and added Michael Bay and then said, "Whoa, hold on"?
Hold my beer.
That's it.
Michael
And we
Bay
did have a special
presents-
topic planned for tonight, but we had all watched so much shit that it just
Yes.
was not.
Yes, it would've been a
unless you all
4-hour
want a
podcast.
4-hour fucking episode of
Yeah,
Scene Invaders
yeah.
podcast. was
And
gonna
I
be
think
too
it was a
much.
little too introspective. I was the one that kind of came up with the topic, and then I was
It
just
was
like,
a good. It's a good
was
topic.
It is.
It's a good topic. I cried.
"Man, I was really digging deep on this, and oh boy, Like,
Yeah.
really stirring up
Yeah.
some old shit here."
Right.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, that's our plan for next week. We're gonna, I think, just depending on how this goes, hit you with just a topic next week and kind of maybe avoid what we watch for the week for 1 week, because I think there will be enough to talk about probably with this to fill out an entire show, or probably plus, guys, for real. But
Could be.
Break out
Yeah.
the therapy couches because
God, here it comes.
we're digging deep.
I promise I won't cry. No, I'm just kidding. Like, I'll never promise that, actually.
No, I don't promise. More
I
worried
can't
about people that
promise
don't cry.
Right,
Yeah.
and even then it was like, oh, I want a scene, but I don't want the whole movie, but I want this, but I want that.
Yep.
Should I use TV? No, I can't use this, that.
All
Very
will be
real.
explained for next week.
That's it. But yeah, definitely subscribe, like all that kind of stuff. Share it to your friends. We'd love to talk, guys. We love to talk about
Mhm.
movies, and we love that you come back and listen to us every week. And we will see you all next week.
Night, everybody.
Bye.
Good night, guys.